What is up, everybody? Station, pop, pop, boom, and happy Festivus, everybody. That's right. It's time for our 5th annual Festivus live stream here on Pop Culture Philosophers. And tonight we'll be talking about our favorite movies and TV shows of the year. We'll be airing our grievances, and we'll be showing off our feats of strength all around the Festivus poll. There it is right there, everybody. I know you're curious who's resurrecting and resurrecting's the wrong word, but let's use that. Who's resurrecting the Festivus poll tonight? And it's me. And it's right there, a poll stolen from a construction site a couple of years ago. Anyway, very excited to see everybody in the chat tonight. We are still waiting on plenty of our panelists to show up tonight, but we do have a dynamic duo to start us off with. And let's go ahead and kick off. A first-timer to the PCP Festivus party. It's Joe Corralo. What is up, my man?
It's true. I'm glad to be invited. I watched the Festivus episode as I do every year just the other day. So, it's all fresh in my mind.
Yeah, I rewatched it today because it's a tradition. It's a Festivus tradition, right? I love that episode so much. I love Seinfeld. And I'm like, we really need to start doing more bits maybe in the future. Like we have the Two-Face bit, like where somebody looks different, where you change your lighting or something like that. Because there's so many things about that episode. Festivus is just a tiny part of it,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love it, though. We should all be eating bagels,
I had a bagel this morning.
Was it a steamy bagel?
It wasn't steamy, no. But
speaking of steamy bagels, what is up, Manny? How you doing?
Dude, I'm excited. I'm pumped. I had to drink a ton of Monster and coffee because Jelani's grievance game is so damn high that I feel like there's only one way to match that energy, and that's copious amounts of cocaine. I couldn't do that. We had a blizzard. I couldn't get to my guy, so Monster and coffee it is.
You could get to the Monster and coffee guy, though, so that's
that nice. I could.
Yeah, you got a lot of. We're all dealing with some weather, obviously. I'm in Alabama. It's 10 degrees right now. It's pretty ridiculous. That's like basically the weather's broke. It's like someone needs to come fix this heater. Like, what's going on, man? What's going on here? Anyway, we appreciate everybody out there in the chat. We got GT Key Comic up in the house. We got Perry up in the house. CMA Thunder. Patrick's Garage says it feels like negative 31 where I'm at. Very cold. That is pretty cold. Yeah. As per Festivus tradition, I will inform you all as to how you have all sadly disappointed me. Absolutely. There's the poll right there. Authentic aluminum pole. It's got a high strength to weight ratio. Nice. Duffy in the house. That one, Eric, just dropped down to the 20s. Goodness gracious. All right. I will also remind everybody tonight that we are accepting donations for the Human Fund. It is money for people. So if you feel so inclined, you can throw out a super chat and donate some Festivus funds to the Human Fund. All right. So it's just the three of us to start off. So the first question I want to ask, and you out there in the chat watching, let us know what you think. What are your favorite movies of the year? Joe, let's start with you.
Yeah, it's tough. There were a lot of movies. There were movies I enjoyed. A lot of stuff also sucked. But I'd say, I'm trying to think, like, both Barbarian and Everything Everywhere All at Once were pretty high on the list for me. Something in the Dirt, I might say, that might be my favorite, just because I wasn't expecting anything. I didn't really know about it. I just went in to see the movie blind, and it's a mockumentary, but it's like more on like the darker side. It's a bit like twisted, and like that. It did stuff that I wish was just happened in movies more, and I don't see it a lot. Like I don't think I would say Something in the Dirt is a favorite movie of mine, like in some other years or something. But like, I don't know. I feel like, cinema and society is all like falling apart, spewing out a bunch of garbage. But, there's a couple of things that came out that were all right this year. So there's that.
I haven't seen that one. Who's in that one? What is that?
It's no big names. It's like a low budget kind of movie. It's just two guys who are like filming a documentary about like paranormal activity that's only happening in this one like apartment, but it's not like ghosts and stuff. Like it's like shit's floating and there's weird stuff going on, but there's no entity really in a way that we would understand it that they're trying to like communicate with. Like it's really interesting. Like it's a it's a slow burn kind of movie. I really dig those kind of things. And it's these two guys that like aren't being like entirely honest with each other, who just happen to live in this complex and meet each other and are like kind of like they're like becoming friends, but they don't quite trust each other. Like it's really just like that kind of stuff to me is compelling. I guess I saw Nope too, and that was fine. It wasn't my favorite Jordan Peele movie, but in terms of something that's more like a more accessible movie that I enjoyed was probably Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's people talk about it as like being like a fringe indie movie, and it's like, it's not really. It's pretty like it's a pretty simple story. It's I don't know. I feel like we're just dealing with I don't know. I feel like studios and people that put movies just think people are truly stupid beyond help. And when they put out movies like this, that people go like, "Oh my God, this is so clever," and so my God, they're thinking it's like it's really not that clever or smart. It's good, but like I don't know.
When I watched it, I liked it. I liked it a lot. It's on my list. It's on my short list for my favorites of the year. And
sure.
But I tell people that it's towards the back of the top 5, or maybe not even making the top 5, but top 10. And people like get their minds get blown. And they're like, what are you talking about? This is the most original and innovative film out there. And when I watched it, I was like, it's good. It's really good. But it didn't feel to me like what it felt like when I watched The Matrix, or what it felt like when I watched Blade Runner for the first time. And the way the hype had built up, I was expecting something like really inherent in the concept that was innovative. And really the only thing that was innovative was they told this crazy sci-fi story, but they still had a root of a good story about humanity there, and this family, and Michelle Yeoh's performance. I mean, she definitely should be nominated for an Academy Award for that. Probably should win it. So, but everybody's like, what are you talking about? That's the number 1 movie. And obviously the number 2 is The Batman. And I'm like, bruh.
Oh yeah. The Batman came out too. That was, I don't know if I enjoyed it more than other people. I don't know. I feel like the opinions on the Batman have just like ebbed and flowed, and like depending on the day of the week and the time of day, my answer about how I feel about that movie will probably be different.
Yeah.
I don't know, but like cinema fucking sucks lately, right? Like I'm not crazy. Like
I don't think you're crazy. I think that in particular, this was a really good year for horror, which we hadn't really had, I think, in a while. So I had a lot to enjoy, but everything on my list are pretty much horror films, So like what real movies came out, Like, do real movies even come out? Obviously they do, but it's a bunch of superhero stuff. It's a bunch of people just trying to revitalize something that was popular 20 years ago. A lot of that going on, just a lot of watered down, by committee, just cookie cutter bullshit, And I just kind of, I hate it. I kind of just hate it. I miss going to the video store in the 90s and finding things that like they weren't like other movies. Maybe they were, but they were like I don't know. I just miss movies have lost their sense of identity. They're all the same movie now, it feels like.
No, I agree. And also that this was a rough year for superhero movies too. Like I don't know. I feel like it's most of them were it's like I don't know how you people stand the shit that they keep shoving into our eyes every week.
Well, don't you understand, Joe? You just got to be grateful because we never had this before. So you just got to be grateful and just eat your slop, pig. Come on.
Yeah. It's not for you. It's not for you.
You just fucking be happy with it. God damn it. You know, that's what it is. I was on Lost in Comics last Thursday to do their best of 2022 nominations, right? And Chris added in the category of best comic adaptation of film or TV. And I was like, well, no movies are going to make that list. So it was just like, for me, it was just like the Guardians holiday special, Werewolf by Night, Peacemaker, Sandman. And I don't even remember what the other one I put on there was. I don't even remember at this point. But just slim pickings, man. I didn't really like any superhero movie this year. My favorite superhero movie this year was, I guess, Doctor Strange. And it wasn't.
That wasn't even good.
No.
That Doctor Strange 2 was like, I don't know, maybe 18 minutes of a good movie in there. Like,
I liked it better than the first one. But I didn't really like the first Doctor Strange that much.
No, the first one, like, oh my God, it's all like, I don't know. If the Doctor Strange movie came out a couple of years before or after it did, they would have never cast Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
He was hot at the moment, and they keep casting these people. It's like, ooh, he's really hot at the moment. Let's get Benedict Cumberbatch, because he was Doctor Strange shortly after being like in a bunch of like big movies for the past like couple of years or so.
Yeah.
And now he's kind of like Robert Downey Jr. in that, like, no one gives a shit if you're in a movie or not. Like, no one was like, oh my God, I gotta see this Dr. Dolittle reboot with Robert Downey Jr. And I mean,
I forgot about that goddamn thing, man.
Exactly. But like, no one cares if Benedict Cumberbatch is in a movie anymore. And you know, same thing with like Tom Holland. It's like they keep trying to put Tom Holland and stuff. He was in one of the worst Pixar movies I've ever seen. That awful Onward movie. I just hated that. And then you know, it's
Manny's heart right now, man.
No, it's really great. You know what? I would love to hang out with my dad's crotch for a day after he died. Like, what the hell is wrong
Joe,
with
you know,
idiot?
there was a time when we didn't get films about like Dungeons and Dragons with your father's crotch. All right. You should just be happy that we live in a time where Pixar is giving us that stuff. Just eat your slop, bro. All right.
There we go. No, you're right. And Tom Holland, like, no one cares about that. Tom Holland is just bad American accent Spider-Man. And it's like, sure, I get it. He's got an incredibly nice ass. And I understand that. And I appreciate that. But like, no one was going like, I gotta see that, you know, I gotta see Spider-Man in the Uncharted movie. Like,
that's the one I'm surprised you didn't go with, because Uncharted was fucking awful. You know, you went with
was
the
building
Pixar
up to
one.
it. Like,
Hardly anyone even saw that. Now no one's gonna watch it, Joe. I don't think you know the amount of influence you have. No one's gonna watch that now on Disney Plus. People aren't gonna get paid royalties. People are gonna be hungry on account of what you just said. Onward was a definitely passable film that was released.
You know, I'll tell you this.
I liked it more than Cars 2.
That doesn't exist. That's like Blade 3. It's just movies that they never made.
Man, I wish they would have made a Blade 3. Imagine how cool that would have been.
I liked it more than Monsters University. How about that?
Yeah, okay, I'll take it.
It leads credence a little bit to, I think, some of that stuff that those controversial statements by Quentin Tarantino a few weeks ago, where he's like, there are no movie stars in the MCU. People just like but that's what we're talking about, right? Like, nobody goes to see the new Tom Holland movie. No. Yeah. They're going to see the new Spider-Man movie.
Remember when we blew the roof off the box office with that Men in Black reboot with Chris Hemsworth? Blew the box office away.
A year ago, everybody's excited, talking about how much they're big fans of Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, but where are they for the rest of their fucking movies? Like, nobody gave a shit about Tobey Maguire since Spider-Man 3, you know? So it's just, I think there's a lot to say there. I mean, I think that's true.
I just call Tobey Maguire Seabiscuit. It's the only movie. It's Seabiscuit. It's the Seabiscuit guy.
Yeah. He's in the Ice Storm. I love the Ice Storm.
He was really good in Brothers.
Yeah.
Brothers?
Well, with Jake Gyllenhaal, where he's kind of sleeping with his wife, but not really.
Oh, I've never seen that one. But
Oh,
speaking
yeah.
of brothers, my brother is here. What is up, Jelani? How you doing, man?
Oh, finally, station.
Dude,
Sorry.
we're wearing the same shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's good time.
That is
man.
a fucking awesome shirt. by
Not
the
even
way.
planned, y'all.
Yeah.
Look at
It
that.
is.
Damn.
Who knew? Who knew?
We're horny time
Yeah.
brothers.
We're horny.
How you doing, Jelani? You haven't missed much. All we've been doing so far is complaining about cinema in 2022.
It's
Oh,
been
that's a
bad.
good bit.
It's absolutely terrible now. Like, I can't understand a lot of crap, man. What's up? Oh no, am I quiet? Can you hear me?
No, we can hear you.
Oh God.
The ventriloquism game is on point.
Yeah, you're a little bit behind the stream as well. Are you on your phone or your computer?
Oh no. I gotta do my computer. I gotta do the phone shit again. Great. I'll be back.
Manny, what are some of your favorite movies this year? You know, back to the positive, because what I did like is Joe did mention some movies that he enjoyed.
You know, I normally watch children's films. So Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, fucking #1 film of the year, as far as I'm concerned. Hit all the nostalgic things. It was definitely a cash grab to just get the millennials excited, but I was fucking here for it, bro, and I really liked it. I won't say it was smart and you know, subverted expectations, because it did exactly what 50% of these cartoon live action remakes do. They either go super like into the nostalgia and they kind of make fun of the premise and stuff, or they do what Blue's Clues did, which was really embrace the premise and feel like an extension of the show. So Chip and Dale did exactly what it's supposed to do, but it did it really well, and I liked it. I laughed, I cried, I chuckled, which I guess is laughing again, but I felt like I needed a third thing to resolve that. But yeah, so Chip and Dale definitely was my favorite film this year. I did like the Blue's Clues movie, and I did like the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. Those are probably the things that we get to watch most in my house. The Bad Guys, which is another animated film, which my kids really enjoy. I prefer Zootopia, but that's a conversation for a different day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've heard that Chip and Dale movie is really good. Like Fable and Steph and them covered it on Blame Fable Tonight earlier in the year, and they were really selling me on that movie that I just thought, there ain't no goddamn way I'm watching this Chip and Dale movie.
It's very cynical. It's just one of those films where they're just making fun of the fact that, you know, that Chip and Dale like have grown. They were TV stars. They've grown apart, and you know, Dale gets the CG makeover surgery, so he's all 3D, and they ape on things like the Uncanny Valley that existed during like the Beowulf time of animated features. Like there's all kinds of like really funny jokes, some cool cameos, and yeah, I don't know, I dug it. I liked it.
So you're really just going with some kid movies for this list, is what you're saying.
But no Sonic 2? Where's Sonic 2 at?
Sonic 2 was horseshit, dude. And I was disappointed because I legitimately
fucking mind telling me to go watch Chip and Dale and saying Sonic 2 is dog. Get out of here.
Fuck that. Okay. I legitimately have at least 2 or 3 different restraining orders from Idris Elba on me, and I legitimately won't go watch it again. Like the way that Knuckles is presented, I thought was stupid. The forcing
CGI surgery isn't stupid.
that was clever. That was clever.
That was clever.
All right. No. That was smart. It was ahead of its time. It took a character like Peter Pan. It really brought him in to the 2020s, whatever the fuck we're in right now. It was so damn intelligent in the way that it took the things that we loved as children and remarketed them so that we go and buy Funko Pops and shit. It was fucking genius. But
Sonic 2 and kids movie stuff. I did not mention Sonic 2 in my top movies of the year.
Sonic 2. There's some scenes with Sonic and Tails that are very effective, but The human stuff, shoving in that fucking wedding is the stupidest shit I've ever seen. Now we're trying to establish that Sonic is part of this family. They're bringing in all these other characters. We already were secure in Sonic's relationship with those humans. We didn't need to waste the fucking screen time. But Hollywood is all about wasting fucking screen time. Look at the Batman, for crying out fucking loud. All right, they are all about wasting our
Not
fucking
one
time.
Oscar nomination.
Chippendale doesn't waste our time. The plot keeps moving. It builds to, understandably, a predictable place, but damn it, it gets us there in a way that's enjoyable. All right, it's like riding in a Kia Soul. I know people are gonna laugh at me for driving that fucker, but it is comfortable and roomy. All right, so if I gotta go on a long ass journey somewhere in Disney Plusville, that's where I want to go. All right. I mean, it could have been CG and happy and fucking flashy. All right. I could have been riding in like a fucking smart car like She-Hulk, just fucking bumping on every fucking bump on the road, barely getting to where I have to go. You know, the car gets blown by the wind, so the plot swerves in 17 different fucking directions like that show. But it didn't. Chippendale set out to accomplish what it needed to accomplish, and it did it. All right. So that's why Chippendale.
Wow.
Compared to Sonic. Yeah. That's what I thought.
Okay, favorite movie of the year, Chippendale for Manny, and we just found out that Joe Corallo is a bit of a Sonic 2 apologist, and we got Brooks in the house. What is up, Brooks? How you doing, buddy?
Hey,
Happy Festivus, my man.
yeah.
So is Sonic 2 on the grievance list then, Manny? Well, we'll find out when we start airing the grievances, I guess, right?
I actually really liked that movie. That was pretty good.
You know, I haven't seen the 3,000 Years of Longing. I did want to see that. That's the new George Miller movie, right? With Tilda Swinton. Did anybody watch that one?
I didn't watch it. I've had an idea to get it to watch it, but I just never had the desire. It seems like a love story, and I love it, but I'm good.
Love stories are your favorite thing, man.
Yeah,
Manny, did you have anything else for your favorite movies, or was it just Chippendale and Onward? And
it's pretty much all children's movies. Yes, Blue's Clues was also very good. If anyone's asking, Spirited is, I don't know, is that a children's movie? They swear in that one.
That was mentioned earlier
really
today when we were doing our Christmas show. Somebody was mentioning that.
Rex was a fan. I like it. It's a different take on the Christmas Carol stuff. Admittedly, the first 30 minutes seems a bit aimless. It's a bit music heavy, but once it really starts to get into the plot, really get invested. Ryan Reynolds plays Ryan Reynolds yet again, only this time he sings. So if you are a fan of Ryan Reynolds' neck muscles like I am, you get to see them while he's singing, and he gets that vein. Oh, it's so cute. But it's such a good movie. I liked the last 2/3 of it very much.
Okay. Jelani, what about you? What are some of your favorite movies of this year?
I got a few. I mean, I'm pretty sure you mentioned some of them, but I got the Everything Everywhere All at Once is actually tied as my favorite movie of the year with Top Gun Maverick. I say Top Gun Maverick because I can't shut up about this movie. I don't know why it's like divisive in some places for some reason. That movie is freaking spectacular. It gets like all of its message out. It's action packed. It tells its story the way it wants to. It's the cleanest action experience I've had in a movie theater in years, like absolute years. Like Endgame probably, and then this. How clean that movie was. But Everything Everywhere All at Once is also spectacular. Like I said, it's tied because it's a brilliant story told like in multiple ways in different spots. My favorite part is the rock, when they're rocks and they're talking to each other. I love that. I don't know. And they made it work. And it's different universes and how you have to do funny shit to get the powers of the person of that universe. It's insane. In the butt plug scene is absolutely.
Oh my God. How could I forget the butt plug scene? That dude's just like slow motion spread eagle.
And I love those
Janelle
movies.
ain't got that, man. He does it.
It does not. It should. It really should.
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely love that movie too. It's just so clean. And then I also I'll say Prey. I know you probably mentioned Prey, but Prey is fantastic. That's a beautiful, splendiferous movie. It's just I like how you have two versions of that movie. You have it in the native tongue and you have it in English, and how you can still in the English version still hear the native tongue of the Native Americans in that movie. I love the main character. I love this predator. The predator was menacing, very primitive predator. So probably the first one, and it explains the gun in Predator 2. How they bring that together and bring it into the fold. I think it's well written. It's well paced. The action is fantastic. I cannot shut up about that movie either. It's just one of those brilliant things. And then, of course, the specials that we got from Disney. That'll go into my grievances. But Werewolf by Night is so clean. I love that as well. It's just a great one-shot special. I'm treating it like a movie because it gave me a movie. It's the best movie-going experience of Phase 4 for me. Spider-Man, it's okay, but it wasn't this year, and I know Joe don't like it. So but Phase 4, that's an understatement. But there are certain things that came out this year, like Multiverse of Madness is okay for me. I'm not really I'm okay with it, but the fact is, it's required reading that you had to watch WandaVision to understand why she went apeshit crazy. They don't really explain it, and it feels like Doctor Strange is a side character in his own movie. So I wanted Doctor Strange to be up front and center, and he's battling Scarlet Witch. I'm glad she turned into Scarlet Witch. I'm glad that was a thing, but it didn't. It felt like it was more so her movie and America Chavez's movie in parts than it was a Doctor Strange movie. And they were always it felt like they were browbeating him a lot. Like all the characters were like browbeating him. And I'm like, he's the main deal. And it wasn't a multiverse of madness. It was just, we went to a couple places, and then this one place happened to be where all the other people are. And then we get spot cameos, and the spot cameos are great, but how they're utilized is terrible. How they were all just killed like it was nothing. Like, these people beat Thanos. Like, technically, there's Doctor Strange beat Thanos. So they should be able to take Scarlet Witch. I mean, she's awesome and all, but she's not, she ain't Thanos with an Infinity Gauntlet. So it's just, it's not my jam, but it's still a kind of enjoyable movie to me. But
yeah, I actually like Doctor Strange Multiverse. I know. And then like I was way too high on it when I first watched it. I think I came out of the theater and told you guys I was going to give it a 4.5. That's obviously ridiculous in hindsight. Like, I don't know what the hell I was smoking, but that was some good shit, I guess. But
it's a 3 for me. It's about 3.
I think it's I settled now at like a 3.5 or something for it. But there are elements of there that feel Sam Raimi to me.
Yeah, it's got Sam Raimi's like stamp on it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think that the studio forced him to put a lot of stuff in it. And then they made him like do Scarlet Witch this way. And the fact, I'm sorry, I gotta keep going back to it. The fact you gotta required reading WandaVision to get into it, to understand why she makes this leap from like this to this. She's lost everything. At least give us, if you're gonna do WandaVision like that, you should have made WandaVision a movie and given like a sections of pieces of what they did in the show and made it like a 2.5-hour movie or something like that, and just giving us the basis of it. She's got kids and made up kids in this world, and she lost them, and she doesn't know where they are. But in Multiverse of Madness, it's just like, look at these kids she could have had, and now she's like, oh, I want them kids. Give me them kids. Why can't you go to a world where there isn't a Wanda and take those kids or something like that? It was just too much going on. And they didn't do it. It felt jumbled to me. But I got you. I'm sorry.
Well, we're being joined by another panelist, so let's bring in Dashing Drew. What is up, my man? How you doing? Happy Festivus.
Hey, brother. How y'all doing?
Doing good. Just sitting here shitting on cinema of 2022 during the best of segment. Not even the grievance segment yet. So I can't wait for the grievances because that's going to be real fun. Was that what you had, Jelani?
Yeah. Well, I was trying to write down what I had. Hold on. We're just doing movies, right? Not TV shows.
Correct.
Okay, just movies. Okay. Well then, yeah, I'm good. I think I got everything. Yeah. Werewolf by Night, Prey, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and of course Top Gun Maverick, the GOAT.
I still have not seen Top Gun. Still haven't seen Prey. I need to.
Is
Is that
What?
20? Is
Prey's
that
on Hulu,
2022
man.
Top Gun?
Prey's
Yeah,
on Hulu.
Prey's good.
Prey's good.
Yeah, Top Gun was this year, wasn't it?
Top Gun was this
Yeah.
year. It was
Shocking.
Memorial
It feels
Day.
like it's been out forever.
Yeah, it has been. Yeah,
Well, it came out like May, I think.
I've
Like,
seen
Memorial
it
Day?
3
Oh,
times.
that makes sense.
Yeah, I saw it in IMAX first on like Memorial Day or Labor Day, one of those days, whenever it came out, and it was amazing. It's like sitting in the cockpit when you watch it in IMAX. It's absolutely, it's gorgeous. And Tom Cruise is not skipping a beat. You don't have to watch Top Gun to understand that movie. I mean, it pretty much gives you everything in that movie.
Yeah, absolutely. What about you, Brooks? What are some of your favorite movies of the year?
Well, that's surprisingly not very many movies this year. Well, maybe not so surprising, but the MCU movies this year were a bit disappointing. I believe. I think Doctor Strange is probably the best out of them.
Mhm.
Like even Doctor Strange, I wouldn't give a 5. I'd probably give it a 4. But like Everything Everywhere All at Once is it was the best movie I watched all year. I mean, it was because I didn't know what to expect just from seeing the trailers. So like when I watched it, I'm like, okay, it's gonna have some kind of like weird. It's obviously I got some kind of weird multiverse thing going, but it's like so much more than that. It's like such a, I mean, I don't know. It's like it's weird to have a movie like this that's so many things, and it's just so odd and bizarre. But like it's so entertaining. Like I loved it. It was
Yeah.
like I watched it. I'm like, this is gonna be my favorite movie of the year. Nothing's gonna top this. Like I didn't see Top Gun Maverick because everybody's been like jerking that movie off so hard, and like it made me like resentful. Like fuck, I ain't gonna watch it.
All right.
Tom
I
Cruise
was
been jerked off enough,
and I
y'all.
don't give a shit about Top
Not
Gun.
enough.
I never have. So like I'm like I'll watch it eventually, but like I ain't gonna go looking for it.
So Everything Everywhere All at Once seems to be a popular one so far. Has been named by Joe and Jelani and Brooks. What about you, Drew? What are your favorite films of the year?
I mean, that one, of course, probably is the number one overall. The only close contender I had for it was The Banshees of Inisherin. That is the Martin McDonagh joint. So I'm a huge Martin McDonagh joint, and it's the same 2 actors as his movie In Bruges, Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson.
I still haven't watched
Awesome.
it. Yeah,
I love it.
I love In Bruges. That's awesome.
In Bruges is awesome. 7 Psychopaths. Like anything he does, I love.
I haven't watched this newest one, and I've been meaning to.
It goes insane. Like
It's like a
it goes
breakdown
very-
of a friendship.
It's like one guy just all of a sudden says you're too dull and just cuts off their friendship that was like really tight like overnight. And the guy just does not know how to react, and it's like 1910 Ireland. But yeah, he also did Oscar award winning 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, which is also incredible.
Still
That's
haven't
what
watched
it's like. It's so good. It's like everything he does, I love.
Nice,
That's all.
nice.
Yeah.
I
My main too.
for my list, I'll go number 5. Everything Everywhere All at Once. I'll put that there, but it could flip around and things. And I still haven't seen some things. Like I said, I haven't seen Top Gun. Haven't seen
Chippendale.
Prey. Haven't seen Chippendale.
Chippendale.
Haven't seen
Chippendale.
Sonic 2 either. So haven't seen what was that one called? Something in the Dirt. Joe was talking about.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
There's something in the dirt. Is that it?
Yeah, that's the name of the movie. Something like that. Anyway, so
Yeah, something in the dirt. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
and number 5, I'll go everywhere, Everything Everywhere All at Once. I really do like that movie. I think it's good. We talked about that. At number 4, I'm going to put Pearl, which is the prequel to X.
Yeah.
I
I
think Mia
forgot
Goth-
Pearl.
I thought
Yeah.
Mia Goth's performance in that was amazing. I didn't quite like it as much as X. I do think that technically it's a more solid film, but X is like my jam. You know what I'm saying? Like it's I feel like X was made specifically for me. Like they were like, we got to make a movie for this Rockin' Robbie cat, you know, because he's just been bitching about movies for years. So at number 3, I'm going to put Barbarian. I love Barbarian.
That's on my list too. That's my list too.
Barbarian took me by surprise. I went in, I knew nothing about it, never saw the trailer, and holy cow.
I think it took several people by surprise.
Yeah. And I love crazy off the wall shit. And that one just kept getting crazier. And like, I remember watching it. And then when you get to like the end of Act 1 and the shit happens, and then it just cuts to fucking, is it Justin Long? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It just cuts to him fucking singing
music.
Tabby, like, you know, shit like that. Like, I just started laughing because I was like, oh man, I really like the structure of this movie. So I got Barbarian on there. Then I got The Northman. I really like The Northman. Now that
was awesome.
Robert Eggers has been doing these films that get talked about nonstop until The Northman. It's like, I feel like this one went under the radar. I know it was a disappointment to the studio because they spent a lot of money on it, but the Barbarian, The Northman was awesome. Like that's like savage, barbaric action kind of stuff like that with a lot of
and real storytelling.
With storytelling, like, and I love the way that Robert Eggers plays this very grounded approach to the mystical elements of his films. Whether it's The Witch, which was very grounded but still creepy and supernatural, or whether it was the Lighthouse, which was straight up Lovecraftian tale of madness that played a little bit with the mystical side of it, and then they do the same thing here with like the Valkyrie and all that kind of like. I loved it. If you're into like Norse stuff and just Viking badassery, like I think I loved it. I loved it. I loved it so much and beautifully shot too. But my number 1 is X. Like the more and more I think about it, I've watched that movie. I've seen movies multiple times that came out this year. Not many. I think I've seen Barbarian twice. There's not so many of these movies I've only seen the once. I've watched X like 8 fucking times. Like, I love that movie. That movie blows me away. Straight up 70s era sleaze / horror. And I loved it. Mia Goth is amazing. Brittany Snow's amazing. Kid Cudi's amazing in that movie. And this, to me, was Mia Goth's year because her performance in this and then in X, or in X and then in Pearl, just blew me away. So I'm going to give it to X and Ty West with back-to-back movies, and now we got a third one coming out next year titled Maxine, and I'm very, very excited. So that's what I got from my list of the best of the year. So now let's move on to TV shows. These little episodic programs we like to watch. Joe, what are your favorite shows of the year?
I don't know. I think a lot of TV sucked too this year. I didn't like a ton. I will, for the purposes of this, which will also allow other people to like jump into stuff, and since I don't know, this went completely under the radar, but I enjoyed it. Was Murderville. That was a lot of fun for me. You know, it wasn't the greatest thing. I appreciated them like kind of experimenting with the formats and like, you know, figuring it out with that. You're familiar with Murderville or?
No, I am not. No, not at all.
That was the Will Arnett Netflix show where they have a guest star who doesn't have a script and doesn't know what's happening, and everyone else knows what's happening, and they just have to kind of roll with it.
Okay.
And they have to solve a murder, and they have to guess who the murderer was at the end. It's ridiculous, but I really did enjoy it for them trying kind of something new, especially in this just desert wasteland of creativity that we pathetically call the entertainment industry.
Love Joe not holding anything back. And that's why we always bring him on here. Got to check that one out. Murderville, you said. Is that you said?
Yeah,
where did you say that was?
Netflix. Yeah.
Everybody's got to get their Netflix in right now before they ban password sharing in early next year. So that's coming. So.
And Peacemaker was good. I liked those. That was this
January.
year, right?
Yeah, it was. I was just looking that up actually.
All right, yeah, no. So I liked Peacemaker, and this season of Harley Quinn was the worst season so far, but it wasn't the worst thing ever. So yeah, I don't know.
Okay, I still haven't watched any of the Harley Quinn.
It's after the third season.
like
I'm
Harley
like,
Quinn.
yeah,
not
you know,
this last season, but
It's
you're right.
It's
Yeah,
good
this-
to great.
Yeah.
yeah. This season was good.
It was on the lower end. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I'm good.
All right.
All
All right, Manny. What kids programming do you want to talk about?
There's so many great children's shows right now. Sonic Prime just launched, which terrible voice actors, but it's an all right concept. Sonic in the multiverse. I don't think anyone else is doing multiverse stuff right now, so it makes sense that Sonic should be doing that. No, but as far as TV shows, Stranger Things was really fucking good. Stranger Things was really good. Peacemaker was awesome. Yeah, that's probably it. I was so disappointed by shows that like I got excited about. Like we watched Shining Girls and I thought, oh, this should be pretty good. And it fucking sucked. And I was like watching Miss Marvel and I liked bits of it, and then other parts I didn't like. She-Hulk was shit. Like there's just so many things I got excited about that just they failed to deliver on. It's not even a promise. It's just that I'm an asshole and I had an expectation. So my expectation needed to be met, was never met.
You just got to understand, Manny, that we used to live in a world where we would never have gotten a Moon Knight fucking CG cape. We would have never have gotten a She-Hulk show. You just need to fucking appreciate the era that we live in, the true golden age of television, right?
Absolutely.
Especially She-Hulk. Absolutely.
And the worst part about like Moon Knight is that I'm fucking my problems with Moon Knight revolve around some weird fucking fan fiction alternate reality I've got in my head for how the show should have been. Like I'm like, if they only would have done this and it's not fair. It's not fair at all to these people that put hours, maybe even weeks into coming up with scripts and plots for Moon Knight, and then weeks might be stretching it, days, at least days of fucking coming up with the concept and ideas for Moon Knight. And here I am putting my unrealistic expectations on them, so it's
trash. Dog. Don't feel bad. That's why I started losing faith in the Phase 4.
Don't have empathy for these people. They got
sons of bitches.
They get paid. They're
good. They're getting paid regardless.
Yeah.
True. Otherwise, yeah, I don't know. I was kind of like looking to remind myself what the hell came out this year. Sandman was good. Cabinets of Curiosities, I want to like. There's some part of me that's like this Guillermo del Toro like apologist. Like I'm like, no, it's fucking amazing. I'm just not getting it. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't bad. There was nothing about Cabinet of Curiosities bad. Just nothing deserved the name Guillermo del Toro on it. You know what I mean? It was just like,
yeah.
It's like, okay, yeah, that's a thing that I watched. Tulsa King's not bad either, but other than that, yeah, I don't know. I haven't watched Willow yet, which is hurting me like every day physically. That
all I
haven't seen
hear
Willow.
is terrible things about
not
Willow.
good. Yeah,
I feel like I have to get there though. It's holding the hand of a loved one at the end, right? I have to be there. Work, put this shit out there. And if this is the
just watch Willow the movie, man. Willow 1988. You'll be fine. You just live your life and not know it. Know that the others exist. You got to treat it like Star Wars and Star Trek.
I can't. The problem is the brownies in there, because they're like, I stole the baby, that type of shit. I assume my neighbors see either side of me because I'm very, very off. I don't talk to anybody. I assume they think that's me because that accent and voice that those brownies are doing sounds like what I believe my neighbors think I sound like. So I don't need them calling the cops like, he's fucking stealing babies over there. He stole it from a stupid daikini. I don't know who the daikini is. I don't need that problem in my life, Jelani. So I can't watch it.
All right, respectful.
No, we don't Twitch.
What about you, Jelani? What are some of your favorite shows of the year?
Definitely Peacemaker. Peacemaker is still my jam, like to this day. Like it's the it's the most unskippable entrance of any TV show I've ever watched. You have to watch it. It makes me appreciate John Cena, which I can't stand John Cena if people know me. I hated John Cena as a wrestler, but as an actor, he is doing a bang up job. He was great in Suicide. The Suicide Squad is one of my favorite DC films. James Gunn nails it. He has a grip and a grasp of characters and character development. His only downside is every character in Peacemaker is James Gunn. In some form or fashion, every single character has his mannerisms.
One of those characters is played by his wife, so that's a little bit of weird.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So Hallcourt, she's amazing. She can also get it. Sorry, James Gunn. She can actually get it.
I think James Gunn has gotten sexier with the white hair. Like,
yeah, he's got
overnight.
too with that white hair.
There was no there was no Jay Leno, George Clooney transition. He was just like one day he showed up. He was like Leland fucking Palmer in Twin Peaks. He just shows the fuck up.
Like, well, I put this now. I'm Bob now. Enjoy. Love me. But yeah, Peacemaker is so clean. It's one of my favorite TV shows of all time. I'll go into one anime TV show, which has always captivated me, and it came out this season. And thanks to Drew, I got to see it. It is Overlord. Overlord is one of these fantastic animes.
You stay watching Overlord. It's so funny to watch.
I watch it so hard, man. Like I watch it again. I'll rewatch episodes when I get home. I love when you watch me, but
it's a guilty pleasure for me too.
Yeah, I go home and I'm like, when I'm done with work, I'm like, I'm gonna rewatch this arc because it's like this guy is this normal salary man, like 200 years in our future, is in an RPG. And he falls asleep in the game right before the server shut down. And he wakes up and he is actually in a different world where he's like a spellcaster from like Dungeons and Dragons. So he's like stupid strong himself, like as a character. But he wakes up in a world where this shit is real. It's very 100% real. He's like he's an elder lich. He's got skeleton face, but like he's got all of these NPCs, these non-playable characters that are also OP as fuck. And then he like utters a word like, all I want to do, I might want to conquer this planet. I think I want to conquer it. And like they take his words and like help him try to destroy the Earth or destroy this planet and take it over. Just by him doing this little thing he does. But it's such a good show. It's just, I don't know what it is. But like these people, like they're underpowered. They don't know what's going on. And he's a bad guy. He's 100% a bad guy. And you're rooting for him to succeed. And it's so clean. I love it so. And then we'll go to my next one, which is, of course, Stranger Things. Stranger Things was always baller. Vecna is probably the best villain they've had on the show. It ground a footing. The Mind Flayer wasn't as cool as what Vecna is. I can't wait for this showdown for the last season. Stranger Things gets better and better. It's the best thing Netflix has ever produced, to be honest. I really think that they get better, and the Duffer Brothers need to like somehow get a Marvel movie, and they won't screw it up.
No, just let them keep doing their own thing. We don't need Marvel fucking up their mojo, okay?
We don't need that. Marvel would ruin them. Don't worry, that's in my grievances. But the Duffer Brothers are fantastic. And then
Marvel would fucking give them the wrong project or some shit. They would just be like, "We're gonna do New Warriors with fucking the Duffer Brothers." Now, actually, probably
that would work. That would work. It'd be teenagers
like Runaways or something. I don't know.
Yeah, give them power.
Runaways would be better, but they've already done Runaways. But yeah, or actually do Runaways right, because I loved Runaways as a comic, and Alex Elder is my jam. He was just one of my main characters for that, and they messed up Runaways for the TV show. But let's see, Moon Knight's trash, She-Hulk's trash, Obi-Wan Kenobi's trash. Oh yeah, of course, my number one show of all time, which rivals Peacemaker, but I think it edges it out. Of course, is House of the Dragon. Of course, we had an entire thing about that. House of the Dragon is by far the reason I came back to George R.R. Martin. I was done after that last season. That last season can suck it. Like technically the last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones could suck it. And I was done. I gave my books away. I gave my figures away. I think I have like 1 figure somewhere.
Don't worry, in 10 years when the next book comes out, you can reread them.
Yeah, I'll reread them. I'll probably buy them again because of this. But I read them all, and I was like, I was in it. I have a group on Facebook that we talked about it and everything, and it was like it was all encompassing. We would have like watch parties and where we like smoke and drink and eat and watch Game of Thrones and talk about it, and it was so fantastic. And it was a cultural event until that last fucking season ruined it. But then you come back and you give me this, and you give me the Doctor as a badass character, and I know how he's going to go out and all these other things, and it's so clean. I love the storytelling and the fact that it's open-ended. So like Fire and Blood is basically like a rule book, but the rule book is just so thin. They can make whatever stories they want and keep going for years. Like we don't even have to get to the Dance of Dragons the way it's going. It could be years from now. And I love the fact that they've done this. HBO deserves this. D&D can suck it. And that's all I got for my TV shows. I mean, there are other things out there, but
Yeah,
that's my group.
Okay. Brooks, what are some of your favorite shows of the year?
I think The Rings of Power is probably my favorite from this year. Like just because a lot of it has to do with just my own nerdy obsessions and like hearing things mentioned in it like from the books that I know about that most normal non-Lord of the Rings freaks wouldn't even know about. Like when they mention like the Valar and shit like that, I'm like, ooh, I know what he's talking about.
I know.
I liked House of the Dragon was pretty good too. I thought it was a good. It started out a little slow, but I think it, in the end it picked up really good, and I'm interested to see where they're going with that. I like the Sandman. I like Netflix's Sandman series a lot too. I thought that was a good telling. I liked all the actors, like all the portrayals of the Endless. Like I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with that as well. I actually was surprised. I surprisingly liked She-Hulk more than I thought I was going to, which I know a lot of you were less enthusiastic about it. But I thought it was a fun little comedy show.
See, Brooks remembers when we didn't have 20-minute weekly She-Hulk episodes, and he's just grateful that we live in a time where this isn't available.
At least they're doing something with these properties. I mean, you'd be pissed if they were doing nothing with them. So, but yeah, I thought that one was pretty good too. Like, it's been actually a lot of pretty decent shows this year. But I mean, most of us have just gotten accustomed to sitting around and watching television shows, I think, over the past couple of years. And now we're just kind of stuck in that mode. Before we'd be like, I don't have time to watch all that shit. And I'm like, I got plenty of time because I've just gotten used to doing nothing so much, I guess.
True.
I love it. All right. What about you, Drew? What you got?
I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum. There was a lot of excellent TV stuff if you didn't watch comic stuff. Let's see.
There's non-comic shit out there?
Wait,
I know.
you tell me you cannot be one of these guys with Yellowstone's the greatest show ever, man. You got to check it out.
No. I have. Listen, on my server there are 2 most requested shows that they get angry. It's RuPaul and Yellowstone. 2 different demographics get very angry with me if I don't get the episode on time.
I appreciate all the RuPaul myself personally. So.
Everybody in my family will not shut up about fucking Yellowstone.
See, yeah,
that's
very
another
different
one
demographics.
not watching just because.
I tried it.
Yeah.
I was like, nope.
For comic TV, it was Peacemaker, and then it went off a cliff. But if you ignored that, I mean, Severance was one of the best psychological thrillers in years. Then you had Blackbird, which is a really good like crime thriller. The Bear is probably the best look at actual restaurant cooking in forever.
Yeah.
And
I
think it's Jeremy Allen White. Like, he deserves awards for his acting. Then you have Nathan Fielder returning and making us question reality in The Rehearsal.
That I forgot to mention The Rehearsal.
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right.
I think about trivia completely differently now after that first episode. But then we had the finale of Better Call Saul, and that whole season was great. Carol Burnett showing up and stealing scenes at an advanced age, like out of nowhere, was incredible.
Is she a client?
Huh? No, she's like just plays in like someone's mom, and like she's in a wheelchair, like very low key but incredible, and like one of the best season finales or series finale episodes ever.
Oh my god, I gotta watch it. I
It's
haven't
so
watched
good.
season 2.
Better Call Saul is so great. Like I think
I love Breaking Bad.
I think year to year I like it more than Breaking Bad. Like,
wow.
I think the high is better with Breaking Bad just from tension wise. I think quality wise throughout, I think it's Better Call Saul. Yeah.
I'll check it out. I'll check him out again.
But yeah, I there is a lot of like great stuff that came out this year. If you wandered away from the comic stuff, forget about Moon Knight and She-Hulk.
Hey, Drew.
But do you realize that there was a time when there was only non-comic shit out there, Drew? We just got to be grateful and really appreciate. We need to stop gatekeeping all these comics.
That's true. That's true. You gotta just keep shoveling that in there. But in case I'm getting yelled at by people, I have to go play in a card game, my wrestling card game that I love. So I'm sorry. Friday I did not expect to be this busy.
Hey, no worries, man. We appreciate you coming in, man.
Thank you, Drew. Thank you for all the shows, man.
I love you all.
Appreciate
Nice to see you. You have a great
Have
night.
good one.
Drew runs the official PCP Plex server, and so we get to mooch off of him.
That's right.
Fuck you and your password sharing, Netflix.
I love that like low key jail time threat that they dropped this week. There's like, just so you know, it is a federal crime to violate copyright on streaming services.
I do what I want. Come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. All right. If they get me for that, I'm gonna be mad as fuck. But I'll be like, you know what? You got me, dog.
SWAT team just take Delaney out right now.
Just come get me.
It's gonna be half the county
The
jail.
paddy wagon with you.
Real quick, mine, House of the Dragon. I'll mention that one as well. I mean, you guys have covered that. I actually really liked House of the Dragon. I was surprised how much I liked it. Stranger Things, probably my favorite of the year, just because I was really impressed with what they did with this season. And it edges out House of the Dragon for me because at every moment I can clearly see everything on the screen. More on that later. Peacemaker has been mentioned. I loved that. Sandman, I thought was really strong. I thought The Boys season 3 was pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
I loved Cobra Kai season 5 with Terry Silver, and Chosen. Like, Chosen stole the show for me this year, so I absolutely loved Cobra Kai. That show it's not good, but it is. Like, I don't know, like I don't understand how it's not a good show.
It's not CW.
It's like a WB show, but like not
It's
as
like-
bad.
It's like Saved by the Bell. Like, I fucking love Saved by the Bell. It's fucking horrible, but I love Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, say about it. I don't know. Well,
And the last one I'll mention is Legacy, the true history of the Los Angeles Lakers. It was a Hulu documentary series that go along with Winning Time, which was the drama series about the Showtime era of the Lakers. But it's a great documentary, especially if you're a fan of the Lakers. But it goes through the Showtime era through today. And it's a lot about the Buss family and all the turmoil that happened after Dr. Jerry Buss passed. And they were trying to figure out who was going to take over the reins. And Jeannie Buss can get it. I'm sorry. I really like that. You know, she's dating Jay Moore now. And I was thinking about that. I was like, if she's dating Jay Moore, I think I got a shot. Because I think I'm at least as funny as Jay Moore. You know what I'm saying? At least as charming as Jay Moore. And he's probably got a little bit more money than me. I don't know how. I guess, I don't know. Maybe
Polly, the residuals from Polly are just fucking through the roof.
Is that what it is? So those are the ones I like. So, all right. It is time for everybody's favorite part of the Festivus stream. It is time for the annual airing of the grievances. And I can think of nobody else better to kick us off than Jolly Joe Corallo. So, what are your grievances of 2022, Joe?
Oh man, how long you got? Let's see. I'm going to start. Well, like the one thing, I don't think I'm going to get a lot of pushback on this one, but big two events. It's a grievance. It's been a grievance every year, but this year it's getting to the point where it's like, can I like write my local congressman or something to get this to fucking stop? Like, what do I got to do? Is there, I'll give money to someone. Like, is there a charity that will end this? Can we, it's really like, is there some way to rally around this? Is there a change.org petition? What do I have to do? I'll do it.
They got to make money over the summer, man. They gotta do it, man. It's gotta happen.
Jelani, you're revealing that you haven't been reading comics for the last year because they're not just summer things anymore.
Every
There's
day.
an event all
Every
the
day.
goddamn time going on. Multiple ones.
What's that?
Multiple.
They are doing, I mean, but they do so many events that the publisher gives up halfway through. Like Dark Crisis just ended, but they were like, we don't give a shit about that. It's Lazarus Planet, baby. And you're just like, God, like you can't have an event end, have us experience the status quo change before moving to the next event. Like it's just nuts. And between Dark Crisis and Judgment Day being like two of the worst events that either company have ever done. I mean, like, you know, not like missing the landing, like they're on a different planet. They
jumped it.
Completely botched the endings on both of them. Like, it's like, what is happening? What do you do? You know, it's like, it hurts. It's like, I've talked to multiple retailers about this, just going to shops and stuff like that. And there was genuine disdain coming from the mouths of the people running the shops at Dark Web. Like, just straight up like, oh no, I'm not excited. I hate this. My customers hate this. We're all like, just like, we moved from events being these like, you know, like kind of cool things that like, you know, your mainstream fans liked, and there would be like a subsection in the shop that's like, you know, fuck that, man, I'm reading my Vertigo comics. And like, and then it started shifting to apathy, people being like, oh, another event, whatever. It has now gotten to the point where I am actually seeing employees at shops express genuine disdain at these events. Like, it's getting bad. Like,
that's terrible,
dude. I didn't read Axe, and I collect X-Men and Avengers comics.
Yeah.
I didn't read Axe, and it was like the big Marvel event.
Good for you, brother.
I don't care.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's like I'm done. It's like, I get that events, you know, it's like, yeah, do that, but like, what if it was just an annual event?
Sort of X, I was done. Yeah.
You know, it's like, yeah, just, I mean, sword. Oh yeah, like Ten of Swords.
Ten of Swords is pretty much where I stopped. I was just like, there's too much coming out, and it was weird, and like, it wasn't what I expected it was gonna be. But I understand you, man. I feel you, dog. There's too much. There's too many damn things out here for them to try to catch your eye and not tell a story. I completely get it.
Yeah, no,
I had to stop, man.
I'd also like just I don't know. I also want, and you know, this is difficult to talk about. I'm going to try to be as diplomatic about this as possible.
Oh
But-
Lord, this is gonna be great, y'all.
I'm so scared.
It's going to be tough. But you know what? I think people here might have my back. You know, don't leave me hanging there, guys. Just hear me out, okay? One thing I hate this so much, and I want it to change. And it's difficult to express because, okay, I want marketing and coverage of things to change desperately, because, and it's like, hear me out to the end, because I'm not saying I don't want these things in movies and shows and comics. I'm saying I want the marketing and the way that they're trying to get people to buy them or see them to change. Everything there's this weird approach where it always sounds like it's the first time we ever had this in a thing, and you should buy this or watch this because it's breaking new ground and it's making history.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're talking about a side character that's a lesbian in Buzz Lightyear. It's like, but it's like stuff like this, and it's like, no, I want that stuff to be in there. You don't even necessarily have to, like, I'm not even asking for you to change the actual product. I am begging people to have anything else good to say in their marketing about things.
That's in my grievances. I'll talk to you about that too. But yeah. I hear you.
Because it's killing me. It really kills me, because there are so many things. I'm like, I want people to check this out. I want people to do this, and it's a complicated thing, and there's no good answer. But I'm a gay man. I would like people to go and see different things and experience them. But the reality is, you will probably get more people to check some of this stuff out if you don't make them feel like you're watching the gay movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
I agree. Like
make it matter of fact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just that's what's in there. Like, I know that people are talking about that with that new Pixar movie, but a year or so ago when Mitchells and the Machines came out, they were pushing that so much about the out, and people were like, finally, there's another movie where it's such an insignificant part of that movie that it hurts. It upsets everyone, because it upsets it's getting people to be like, I don't want to see the gay movie for that group, and then people like me are like, oh, this is cool, and then you see it and I'm like, you blink and you miss it, and you're like, what? You were trying to get me to see this movie because of that. And Disney obviously does that all the time, where they're like,
they did that with Avengers Endgame, right? They're like, this is gonna be our first openly gay characters in Avengers Endgame, and after the movie, we're like, what's going on? It turned out it was somebody in the support group, and we're like, what?
One of the Russo brothers talking about their husband, making a salad or lunch for them or something, like that kind of stuff, where it's just like, you're like, I hate that. I need there. It's like this. I get what you're trying to do. I get that people's hearts are in the right place, but this ain't it. We gotta figure out another way to do this.
Well, because it eventually leads to shit like Jennifer Lawrence saying there were no great female action movie leads to Hunger Games.
It's like there were the thing that
I just watched Long Kiss Goodnight. Gina Davis has something to say.
Yeah, and it's like, not for nothing. It's like there are silent movie era kung fu films with female action leads in them. Like it's been going on for 100 years. Just in cinema.
No, this is the first time. This is the first time, and we just need to be grateful. Speaking of being
That's
grateful,
right.
we got a Christmas time horseshoe appearance. What is up, my man?
Hey,
What's up? Merry Christmas and all, whatever. Is my
Happy
mic working? Everything working okay?
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, I didn't check anything.
Me
I
and
just...
Delaney are honoring you tonight, by the way.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
This is
Oh,
all
thank
you.
you. I appreciate it. What's
All
up,
you,
Robbie, Joe, Manny, Brooks,
Hey.
Delaney? You can fuck off. No, I love you, Delaney. I love Delaney.
I don't love you.
I see Robbie a lot because I swing into the deep. You know he's very busy, but you haven't seen Delaney or hung out with Delaney in a while. So that's my New Year's resolutions. I'm just gonna jump ahead and say spend more time with Delaney.
Yeah, dude.
I love Delaney. Delaney is such a hilarious guy to hang out with.
Oh,
Aw.
thank you.
Bam.
Making
All right.
me-
Well, we're in the middle of the grievances, so let's.
Oh shit! I mean,
let's,
fuck Delaney.
let's bring the energy back down.
I love Ben Affleck.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do.
And John Cena's his favorite wrestler of all time.
Oh
Anyway.
yeah.
Joe, what else you got?
I mean, geez, I don't know. I feel like that's a lot. I feel like I should let other people go now. So
Okay.
don't
Dude,
worry.
you
I'm
ain't met
that's-
me. Have you met me, Joe? Have you met me? I'm sorry.
I should give people more time, but let me just. I'll think real quick if there's anything else, because I mean it all pisses me off. Like traffic. I wish traffic was a little lighter, but right? That gets pretty wild.
In our
But,
city,
a lot of stuff comes also with comics, especially just because I'm focusing on a lot of that stuff. But it's just, I wish it wasn't such a mess. I wish it's just constantly like, oh, we're going to solicit this. No, we're not. This is coming out. It's 2 weeks later. It's months later. This isn't coming out now. We said we're going to reprint this and we're not. It's just, everything, gets pushed back. And then, again, too much. There's just too much media. There's too much TV. There's too much movie. There's too much of everything. And then you can't get people to rally around things and have cultural touchstones anymore.
right.
Because
Exactly.
everything's like,
Everything's
the whole country's not you're never going to get like the MASH finale, the Cheers finale, the Seinfeld finale, the Friends finale. Like those days are over because there's no way to get that anymore because everything broke off into niche areas and entertainment is so focused on their niche, and then they figure out, okay, this is the market we're hitting, and instead of usually figuring out how to broaden that, it's like, well, let's micro target smaller groups within this group, and it's scary. I mean, no one's like we're really like between the implosion of streaming. Some of the implosion in comics, obviously the news with like Aftershock, Valiant, all of these things. Like it's not just TV, comics, movies. I mean, Avatar 2 ain't getting $2 billion. That's not happening.
Bro, I started seeing all these reviews pop up on YouTube, and I was like, oh wait, that shit's out.
I know. I was
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
When Avatar came out at first, it was like I worked at a movie theater when it came out. That was like ridiculous. Like it was like that for like Titanic for like a few weeks. But for Avatar, when Avatar was out, it was like months. People were still coming to see that movie. It was like that movie and Precious. I have no clue why. But people were
fuck, I forgot about
filling
dude. Oh,
theaters. They're like, can I see
power.
Avatar? Can I see Precious? I'm like, oh God, shut up! All of you, shut up! It was the worst. And now, Avatar 2, no, I would never like. I have to watch it because it's in IMAX. I gotta see it because I miss Gravity in IMAX. I saw Top Gun Maverick in IMAX. There's another movie I missed that was in IMAX. That's a visual feast for the eyes. But I want bathroom breaks. So I understand it. It's just like I heard it was gorgeous, but there's no story. So I get it. It's just I don't think it will never make its $2 billion because I'm not gonna watch it more than once.
Yeah, it's like where's this gonna go? It's like, we're clearly gonna see a major cutting back.
These movies, what are you doing? Like, you can't get this second movie. Why are you going to do FOMO? I don't know. I don't even know if it's 6. If he does 8, I'm gonna be like, he'll say 8, and I'm like, why? Just slow down, bro.
Yeah, and then everything, it's just, I mean, that it's, we're dragging out poor Harrison Ford again.
Yeah.
For another Indiana Jones movie. It's just like, is it the dial of who, why?
Who gives a shit?
It's just because what was cool about those first few Indiana Jones movies is there was a younger action star type, and no one wants to see guys that they idolize like that being like geriatric. That's not why people wanted to see them. So it's like, instead, why don't you pass the torch, or why don't you try to do something and it's just, everything is just, we're gonna dig up this and show you this thing again, and it's gonna be a soft reboot, even though you don't need soft reboots. Okay, I'm going into more grievances, folks. You don't need soft reboots.
I knew you were going to. Good job.
Thank you. But you don't need soft reboot. Like, you know what? You don't have to make The Force Awakens be a soft reboot of A New Hope, because I can watch A New Hope any fucking time I want. Like, we live in a world where we have access to all of these things. You don't have to soft reboot anything ever.
New stuff. Yeah. Let's do new stuff. Why can't we do that? God,
Joe, you must
because it costs so fucking much money to make fucking movies that they have to bank on what is predictable to them, what they can look at that's happened before.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you on Disney's payroll now?
My solution is to fucking have the streaming services partner with the movie studios to put them out so that they can get exclusive streaming rights right away, so that they can take chances on fucking independent films. Because right now there is no discovering something at fucking Blockbuster. There is no a film becoming a cult classic and selling a shit out of DVDs. Most people are only waiting for shit to stream. I can promise us that most of us on this panel probably waited to see Black Adam until the fucking thing dropped on streaming, right? Like that's the way. So we have that's the fucking world we live in. So in order for them to make money, they have to bank on what has happened before, because it costs so goddamn much.
Well, I get what you're saying.
That's also not working. Like, that's the problem. It's like you're saying that, but then these movies are still they're either tanking, or at best they are underperforming.
Well, I get what Manny's saying, because this is what you hear a lot of people say, and I think that this is their reasoning, right? They're like, hey, we gotta, nobody wants to. There's not that bolstered revenue stream after theaters now, right? Like, there's no DVD more sales. There's no more. There's no rental stores. That stuff's gone, right? Streaming, like Netflix spends billions, and they've been losing billions, and that's why they're going to be cutting down on this password sharing shit, right? So I understand that they're in their head, they're like, we want to make sure that it's something that's like, it's just, this is what I think the problem is that everything, and it's not just our comics and our movies and our music, and it's goddamn everything. It's not just pop culture. Everything, our food, our cars, our fucking clothes, everything is just like molded into the lowest common denominator, what is going to appease and sell the most to the most general people. And like, when you lose the idea that not everybody's going to like a piece of art, right? But when you try to make a piece of art that everybody will like, it gets watered down, too many cooks in the kitchen, and you're trying to do too much, too fast, and it doesn't work, right? And Joe, you're right. Their whole thing, well, we got to be able to recoup our money. Or here's a fucking idea. How about you make a movie that doesn't cost $200 million to make? Then there's less of a fucking like. You can make movies on less. I've seen them. I know. Some of my favorite movies were made on like shoestring fucking budgets in a cave with scraps and all that jazz. So
the problem is when you're splitting that revenue with the theater, and then nobody's buying your DVDs after the fucking fact. You know what I mean? That's the unfortunate financial fucking situation you're in. You can't make Clerks again and hope that it becomes a cult classic and you sell a ship out of DVDs. You know what I mean? You've got one moment in time that you're splitting with these theaters.
Is the film festival circuit not as big of a deal as it used to be? Because that used to be a big deal, you know?
It's not. They don't talk about Sundance like they used to.
Well, they need to talk. They need to take some of the right lessons from this year. Two of the biggest, most successful films of this year were Top Gun Maverick and Everything Everywhere All at Once. Like, and I don't think Everything Everywhere All at Once made the money that Top Gun did at all. But the buzz that movie had, everybody was talking about that movie. That had word of mouth. It was making more money as the weeks progressed. You don't see that. Usually it's the first week and then it's a major drop, right? It's just like a first issue of a comic book and a major drop. Everything Everywhere All at Once was growing. Same thing with Terrifier 2. Now, I'm not necessarily a fan. Grievances are coming up for me too. But they made that movie for like nothing. And there's an audience out there for people that want shit that's not just trying to replicate what they did with the Avengers, or trying to replicate what they did with the Matrix, or trying to replicate what they did with Star Wars, or trying to replicate what they did with Indiana Jones. I don't know. So that leads us to this. Manny, let's air your grievances, my man.
MCU Phase 4. What the fuck? What the very I know it's beating a dead horse. God damn it, we've done shows and everything. And I'm just so goddamn disappointed. I'm so disappointed. It's supposed to be a golden age, right? We fucking Disney Plus got announced, and everyone had visions of fucking having these MCU shows in their homes and being able to deepen the mythology, spend more time with characters and fuck, we don't want that. Why did anyone love us enough to speak truth into our lives and be like, you don't fucking want a She-Hulk show? What like it's so fucking annoying. And the problem is with me. I get that. Before people go in the fucking comments and say it's not for you or whatever the fuck,
it is for me.
It's 100% fucking my fault, right? Because I have expectations. I expect a story where all of the fucking movies are tying into one big narrative. That's not what Phase 4 is. I should eat my fucking slop. I know, but they've trained me this way. You told me this is how the MCU works, and then you made a bunch of disjointed shit and led us in this fucking aimlessly through this fucking entertainment desert of 2022. And God damn it, it's frustrating. It's so frustrating.
Yes.
At least DC has been a rudderless ship. I get on that. It's like riding the Mad Mouse at the fucking amusement park. I'm going to get sick. I'm getting jerked around, but at least I was prepared for it. You didn't lead me to believe that the MCU was going to be fucking this serialized, beautiful fucking comic book ecosystem. And this is what we got. We had something so good and we fucked it up, you guys. We fucked it up.
It's not us though, Manny. Don't take the blame for that. It's not you. We don't just have to eat our slop. And at least some of these rumors coming through right now are that they're rethinking the structure of Phase 5 and 6 right now based on this year. And so, you know what? We're doing the Lord's work when we coming on here and we say we like something or we don't, and we give them facts and with legit reasons why. You know what I'm saying? For every Brooks that likes She-Hulk, there was a Jelani, there was a Manny, there was a me, there was a Fable. You know what I'm saying? She-Hulk fucking sucked, okay? And I'm sorry, but that's just the way it fucking is. And yeah,
thank you.
So but you don't have to take the blame for that, brother. They just need to listen to the audience, maybe, but I know that's a foreign concept to a lot of entertainment studios and shit.
I've been blaming Manny for all the MCU stuff lately. Is that not the case?
Like,
Is that the wrong person?
You can blame me because I you know what? I'm an overweight diabetic and I still eat way too many Twinkies. And that's the way the MCU is. I should walk the fuck away, but I can't. I still go back to it.
It's Manny's fault, by the way. The next T-shirt design coming in 2023.
Oh my goodness. So the MCU is a fucking mess. I am to piggyback on the event thing. I am fucking. There were a lot of really good indie books I didn't read this year because I had 17 fucking issues of Axe I had to buy and not.
That is your fault. That is your fault. 100%.
100 fucking percent. Axe, Judgment Day. I am. You know what, Rom? I'm sorry, but I gotta drop Venom because what the fuck am I buying it for?
Really?
Every fucking month. I'm buying a book that I don't. Mighty Morphin motherfucking Power Rangers. What the fuck are you doing? We had the Altarian War, and you know what? There were some fucking clunky issues in that, but I fucking sat here with a straight face and was like, well, you know, we're building momentum. They're giving us character moments, and then you let us into this stupid fucking Death Ranger shit, and now. What the fuck is even going on? This last issue of Power Rangers is Kimberly and Aisha fucking crying for like forever. They had two things they wanted to accomplish. They wanted to fucking bring in the Omega Rangers, and they wanted to do the stupid mind meld with Zordon, and then they filled it with 8 or 16 pages of bullshit. And I'm still buying that book every fuck. Rogue Sun. I don't even know what arc I'm on, but I'm buying that goddamn book every month. Every month. Why?
From the adult Power Rangers line of Radiant Black, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. And Rogue Sun tried to do this. They're trying to do this thing where they're like, oh, well, remember Dylan is a high schooler. So he's got like a high school love. You know what? You didn't create a compelling goddamn character to begin with. I don't give a fuck about his love life. He's the least interesting part of that fucking book. It's frustrating the amount of nights I'm eating ramen from buying shitty books. All right. And
that can't be good for your blood pressure. All that sodium from the ramen and getting heated up during the grievances. Yeah,
it's so bad. It's so bad because then I hear about these like you look at people's best comics of 2022 and there's all this shit I didn't read. It's like, oh, this was good. This was the best graphic novel that they've ever read, and here I am fucking suffering through another fucking issue of Zeb Wells Spider-Man bullshit, you know. And then I gotta deal with people in the comments on my lives getting mad at me because they talk shit about John Romita Jr.'s art. You know what? That motherfucker's faces look like potatoes. I don't care who knows it.
I don't care, man. Like I like the way his potato faces look. Okay, now you're fucking me up, man. Zeb Wells' Spider-Man run inconsistent, but it's not terrible. It's not like X-Men. You know, it's not like whatever fucking is going on over there.
Okay. X-Men at least has Immortal and Red, which are halfway decent books. I like Immortal.
Oh, fuck off. You're out of line.
X-Men itself, I just don't know what the fuck is supposed to be happening. Like this last issue, this annual, and I know it's a fucking annual, but
I'm going to bring in Mike, everybody, real quick, so he doesn't have to keep waiting. Keep going, Manny.
I don't give a shit about Firestar and all this other little shit that went going on. And then I don't know exactly what's supposed to be happening. Is Sinister fucking taking over and fucking everything up? Or am I supposed to be worried about the children of the vault? Or am I supposed to be fucking worried about fucking Firestar fighting Whirlwind in a fucking geriatric hospital? Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing with this new X-Men stuff.
I tell you what you need to be doing with that new X-Men stuff. You need to be doing what Jonathan Hickman did and what I did and get the fuck out of it. Just go. Just go. The smartest move Hickman's made in his Marvel career was getting the fuck out of there.
But I will say, like Eric said, X is better than ASM right now. Zeb, I don't know what Zeb is procrastinating like a motherfucker on that fucking book. I don't think he has any plan. He's just muddling around with different shit. He's like, well, we should really resolve this shit between Peter and Mary Jane. You know what? Fuck it. Let's make a bunch of Dean Koontz novels fly around fucking New York while they're chasing Spider-Man and Christmas trees trying to eat people. Like, what the fuck is even happening in Dark
I'm not
Web?
a big Dark Web fan, to be honest with you. I hate the idea of Ben Reilly being a fucking villain. Like, I hate it. Like, I just hate it so much. I understand, like, if you want to do a sequel to Limbo, to Inferno, do it with the X-Men, do it with the New Mutants. Like, have Ileana be a big part of it. Like, not just this stupid, like, oh, they're both fucking clones.
Yeah.
So they're gonna team up and be evil. Like, why? Like, and it's so fucking stupid. And I just say I like the Tombstone bit. And I love the Hobgoblin issues, man. And I like Ramita. I love Ramita Jr. And he's a cool dude. I got to meet him. So
he's seen every time I see a reel or something on Instagram, I think this seems like a cool dude. And he's got one of those voices, those like badass New York voices that sound like they just gonna kick your ass. Just in
like 8 earrings in one of his ears too. Like, and when I first saw him, like, I freaked out because he was at our hotel bar. And like, I was like, I think that's John Romita Jr. And I couldn't tell for sure because he was way smaller than I thought he would be. It's like when you first meet Steranko and you're like, oh, how cute. You know what I'm saying? But but he wound up being a really, really cool guy. But so I won't abide by any Romita Jr. shaming tonight on the grievances, okay?
But other than that, it's been okay. It's been okay. I'm not a fan of how long shit is nowadays, movie wise. But I also then turn around and bitch about underdeveloped characters and plot lines. So I guess I can't have my cake and eat it too.
Yeah, you can. There are plenty of hour-and-a-half long movies they made in the 70s, 60s, and 80s and 90s.
That were good.
Yeah.
They were good.
They were fantastic.
Good. So yeah, other than that, that's probably the bulk. That's the bulk of the grievances out there.
What's up, Mike? How you doing, buddy?
Good. How y'all doing?
We're doing good, man. We're getting our blood pressure up.
Yeah,
I can tell. I heard. I was listening to Joe complain about a bunch of stuff, and then I was like, oh. And then Manny.
Was that before or after we started the grievances? Because Joe was complaining about a bunch of stuff when we were talking about our favorite stuff of the year.
No, it was the grievances.
This is your time to shine.
I know he's got more. I know he's got more bottled up in there.
You got your time.
He wants to get out. So just go ahead, like take all your time.
I'm about listening.
Like I said, it's what negative.
Hey, it's
2.
Joe's first Festivus. And Joe's already been doing the grievance work from the get go, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it so much. But before we went
I'll
live,
make sure to come back and get some more after everyone's done. For sure. Yeah.
We'll come back around.
Joe, just start a web page of just your grievances.
Yeah, grievances, man. This is the time to let it out. You gotta let it out.
But after you let it out, we got to do something to make that change. And I think, Joe, you got to be the one to corral congressional support to end all these meaningless events at Marvel and DC. All right. Before we went live, Manny's like, I've been drinking coffee and Monsters because I got to bring the intensity on the grievances, because nobody brings intensity on the grievances like our resident Costanza down there, Jelani. Why don't you tell us on this Merry Festivus how all of this has disappointed you and let you down? Tell us your grievances, my man. Air them out.
All right. So, guys, first of all, Robbie, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to rant for several years now about certain things and certain places and things. Anything that I say at this moment, I want to say that they're only my words. They are only my thoughts and actions. I apologize to everyone involved. I just want to say that She-Hulk is the worst fucking show that has ever come out in history. Period. I knew
in history.
I'll tell you why. I'll give you fundamental reasons. First of all, it's the laziest television show that has ever been made. Like they pay people to write scripts, right? And not the first draft scripts. They do 2 or 3 to get the timing right, to get the story right, to get it tightened, get your characters, their motivations, all those things together. They do that. They pay people for this shit, right?
Allegedly.
And I know, thank you. But you have to realize certain things. First of all, you just don't get a lady that wrote Pickle Rick to just, hey, you did that one funny thing. You go ahead and come to this show and not do anything really. Just make an okay, kind of okay script and move on. Here's a book. This is a character, She-Hulk. She is a derivative of Hulk in some form or fashion. She has a funny book. She got a couple creators that made funny runs where you can break the fourth wall and do all of these things and get them all set up the way they're supposed to be. They pay you for this, right? And you go in and you decide to write nothing. You took 3 years. There were 3 years Jessica Gao got writers and script doctors and Kevin Feige's in the room. And they're doing everything possible to give you a decent show, like something that people could watch it and laugh. It's a comedy. It's a legal comedy. So, and they're on record saying that this legal comedy, they don't know how to write. They've never seen a legal show. They didn't get anybody on staff that's like a legal consultant. They didn't get that dude that's on YouTube that just does legal stuff. And just say, hey, can you help us legally make a legal comedy that's funny and imposing and gives us characters, give us a rich story, make us laugh a little bit. It's 20 minutes. They're like, we're going to give you a 20-minute show on Disney Plus. You just get it on there. It's in canon with the MCU. It's in canon. So it's all together. You have everything set up. And it's a movie. It's a film that they're going to put together in these short little bites. And then, hey, we got Daredevil too. We're going to add Daredevil in it. It'll give someone to watch it. And this is what we'll do going forward. We can even give you long. So let's have all these people, all of these situations. And I'm being long and facetious on purpose because I want to get to my point. It's the laziest TV show ever written because you haven't given us characters that we would like. You got to make Jennifer likable. She's your main character. You got to make her someone that everyone can gravitate to. It's a main character, right? It's her show. She's not anybody else. She-Hulk. She's Jennifer Walters, cousin of Bruce Banner. It's simple. And y'all fucked it up. You fucked it up so bad to the point where you break the MCU's mechanics of canon, which you pretty much destroyed in Phase 4. Going back to Manny's point, Phase 4 is a waste of time and effort. It is so sad that we cannot get consistent movies after Endgame. Endgame was it. That means you should have had plans going, Feige, to have a team set up. And I understand Captain Marvel. I hate that movie. But Captain Marvel was put in between Infinity War and Endgame because you wanted someone to take the mantle of the next leader of the Avengers going forward. I get it. That's what they wanted to do. But it didn't go well because Brie Larson said what she said and did what she did. But the fact that Marvel has had a chance since Endgame, it's all nothing but net now. It's nothing but net. And they're not trying. And it goes into my further point of how Disney is run. Because Disney owns these properties. They own Marvel. They own Lucasfilm. They own everything.
They own fucking Willow, man. Goddamn Willow.
Yeah, Willow. That's under Lucasfilm. Indiana Jones is under Lucasfilm. It goes to my next point, which is about Disney. Disney itself is broken. It's been broken for a long time. Bob Chapek ruined Disney, but Bob Iger really fucked it up before he left. He gave creative control to a lot of people that didn't know anything about their projects or love their projects. They just want to hire people to make money, to make these scripts, to just Factory set everybody. We got the money now. Endgame was $2 billion. We beat Titanic, damn it. They did so much to what they did. And they beat Avatar for a time. And it is so sad to see Disney. Like, they have it. It's nothing but net. And you're just dropping this bullshit every 5 minutes. It's always some nonsense. It is about a political, it's ideology, the identity politics. Going back to Joe's point of what they've inserted or whatever their agenda is. I don't know what it is. I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm not. I'm just giving you my point because I need this grievance out. Because I watch all these things. I've given you my money for years. We have reviewed every single Disney MCU movie on this channel. We've watched all of them. So I'm invested. I've been giving you money for years. All you gotta do is tell me a story. Tell me a story. Keep telling me stories. Like the comics I read as a kid, the comics I read now. Give me that power to see it on screen, have it realized. I'm not trying to be weak because I've been drinking, but I want to get my point out. On top of all of this, you get the identity politics of it, where so it is more agenda than it is a story. We aren't telling stories anymore. We're not giving people the comic pages that we read. We don't see it. You can have a gay character. You can have a trans character. You can have black, white, Indian. If you don't want it for China audiences, figure out scenes to cut it out so they can put it in China audiences. They can watch it. Let them watch it so you can get your billions and billions of dollars that you want. But you're losing because you're losing your fan base. You're losing the people that review this stuff. You're losing the people that normally would take this money and go do that. I want to go on a weekend with my friends and watch a movie and come out of that movie and talk about it and move on my life like I did with comic books. Do it every Wednesday. Get in there and talk about comics, talk about whatever, and leave. It's simple. We simple people. I know you want to get your money and your people and your instincts, whatever you have in this world that you want to impress. You can do that. But don't put that above telling me a story. You haven't told me a story in Phase 4 yet. I don't know what's going on. You started with WandaVision and told me the beginning of it. I assumed that was it. I saw Loki. I love Loki. Loki is my jam. Like, if there's a season 2 of Loki, no matter what happens, I'm gonna watch it. But Loki is so good because it sets up the multiverse. It sets up those causalities and effects. You're starting to tell me a story. And then you're not telling me a story now. You're not giving me the threads that you started. You started it. Falcon and Winter Soldier was excellent. I tell you why. Because it sets the seeds of a new shield that's arising. You set up a new Captain America that has these roots. There's these actual roots in it. They're telling me a story. You're telling me this story. But then you decide to put agenda ahead of it before you're telling me that story in each one of these. And it's something that's weird. It's something you need to do. All you have to do is tell me a story. And people will follow it. The reason why people don't like when I have to go into this last section. I'm sorry. It's too much going on. Shit costs too much. Everything costs too much. Down to my Marvel Legends. I have a toy channel that I will not stop promoting called Go Figure. Please come watch our videos. They're cool. I'm not dating.
Beat me to it.
Thank you. I know. I'm sorry I'm going too long. If I am, I just want to give you my grievances. It's a lot this year because I built up a lot.
I feel you said you didn't want to sound weak. I feel like you're being earnest and you're trying to help these people.
It's not hard to give us a story. That's all. my prices for my figures are too high. The cost of them are too damn high. Okay, I'm not paying $30 for plastic over and over again when I was paying like $9 or $15. It's so much that has gone on this year. It's too much bullshit where you're raising prices for, like, I got to figure out if I got to get medicine or gas. It's been such bullshit outside of the pop culture world bubble that we live in. It's so much. My dad was in the hospital and he's working himself to death. And he's 75, he's 78 and has to do it. That irritates the shit out of me. And I have to take care of it. I'm sorry, but it's that. That's what pisses me off. And I want to escape. I want to get into a movie or a TV show to escape some of this world. That's it. It's simple. I'm not tearing up. It's just I drank a lot. I did repeat myself. But I don't know why I went into this, but I have a lot. Book of Boba Fett. Fuck that show. Fuck that show. It ruins The Mandalorian. If Mandalorian season 3 is fucking bullshit, and by the way, the reason I hate She-Hulk the most is because I have to pay for it when a Mandalorian is not on.
My bad.
Not on. Not on.
Nah, Jelani, just commit to it. Commit to it for 2 months. Pay for Disney Plus. You'll be fine.
Fuck that. I refuse. If Mandalorian sucks, I am done with Disney. I will not watch another movie. We can talk about them. You can invite me, Robbie, to them, and I'll be there and I'll sit and I'll nod. But that's it, because I ain't watching them no more. I'm tired of this bullshit. If She-Hulk is a season 2, I won't watch Marvel again. I am that serious. And I'm sorry about the whole She-Hulk rant, but it really bothered me because I paid for this and you insulted me. You insulted like a lot of people. Like you made internet trolls the villain, which is cute, but you ruined a show for no reason. Just to troll the trolls. I'm like, that's fine. I can troll whatever I want. But it's so much work to watch something and waste your time and your money. And you're not telling me a story. It's the laziest shit ever. Just like it has been with Disney in general. Halloween Ends is bullshit as well. How dare you end how good that movie, that Halloween 2018 with that continuous shot. How do you fuck that up? How do you fuck that up when Halloween Ends could have been gorgeous? You could have made that kid the main killer. He could have been the main killer. He could have been the next whatever. He could have killed Michael Myers and just took his soul or something. And that's him. You could have just done that. But no, you copied that.
We got a goddamn Jason Goes to Hell scenario going on.
Yeah. Just possess him. And it's over. And it's the next thing. And you can make a whole set of movies with that kid. And you'd have been great. But you fucked that up too. And it's a shame because like they give you like apparently these people were never nerds. I don't think they were. I don't even think Kevin Smith was a nerd with that Revelation bullshit. But you say you're a nerd, but then you talk about the product. But sorry, I'm ranting about that part too. The last thing I want to talk about is how I have to hate, how I have to feel this way, why I'm so passionate about what this is. Because it's been most of my life. I have action figures behind me. They're all Marvel. They're all Marvel. I gave you my money. You got it. Now that you have my money, can we please like just tell me stories and so I can give you more money? It's okay. I don't worship you. I just want to like what you do. This is what we do. And it irritates me. And those are my grievances. And I apologize for being so long.
No, you fine, man. One thing I want to add, I do think that they have an agenda. These Hollywood execs at Disney and whatnot. I think their agenda is still to make money.
Get the bag.
I think the agenda is still
but they're not doing it.
But to get to kind of what I think Joe was saying was the idea that they're trying to funnel into specific people with specific views to be like, hey, this movie has this in it. So if you're not a piece of shit, you'll watch it and like it.
Right.
Like
that's the bullying mentality that they have. I agree.
Yeah. So I don't think that they're like trying to change, like, because there are these people that, I mean, I think there are people legitimately that believe that they have this agenda to like liberalize America, turn everybody gay and make everybody transgender.
Shit, just make it happen. Just tell me the damn story with it.
Rip unborn babies out in the fucking streets and sling them around and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I think they still want to make money. I just think that now, like, because we've been talking about this, it seems like these companies, whether it's a toy company, whether it's a movie company or a comic book company, seems more like they care about, did they trend on social media that day over how much money did they make? And I guess that's cool to be anti-capitalist and shit, but the reason why you spend $200 million on a movie is to make money, right? I mean, like, yeah, I mean,
why do $70 million in Black Adam reshoots going even to Disney or the DC? How they do that much money and expect a return and don't get it? And not only that, apparently the movie's terrible, and so it's like it depends on what they were trying to do. It was just a bunch of DC things that happened that's now a clusterfuck of things, and they're worse off than Marvel is. I mean, at least Marvel's got footing. They can still put out movies and make money. You know, DC hadn't even tried. And with that the Batman shit, I mean, the Batman is good. It's now that I've thought about it over time, I watched it a second time, and I'm like, yeah, this should have been a series. This should have been like a good 30 minutes cut in, and you could have made 10 episodes, something like that out of this. And it would have been really good, compelling. And we would have been involved and be like, hey, Robert Pattinson's a good Batman for the television, but not the movies. Because that was 66 Batman on the screen for way too long. And you ended the story and then ended it again. So Batman's not that good. I'm glad it got snubbed at the Oscars.
They've announced the did Mia Goth get nominated?
Mia Goth, I don't know. I didn't check all of them out. I just heard about Batman because I was concerned about that. I was like, the Batman didn't really deserve anything. Even the soundtrack is kind of samey. You know, I like Giacchino, and it was just, you know, kind of samey. Yeah. So, but DC is in a good direction. James Gunn is here. He'll be able to right that ship, and I think he would do a great job in the future, like molding a good DCU. And I hope it gets that way. I really hope that there's a chance that someone could like really see it and like make sense of that universe. And I think James Gunn is perfect. Like, hopefully he'll get, you know what? I'll watch a Ben Affleck directed film. I don't watch him on screen as Batman, but I'll watch a directed film by him, maybe. Because I liked Argo until I found out he faked a Mexican character. That was weird.
I like Argo. Yeah. Argo, fuck yourself. All right.
Yeah.
No, that's good airing of the grievances. I just looked up. It looks like they released their short list of nominations, but the nominees have not been announced yet.
Yeah.
So I was getting ready to add a snub for Mia Goth to my grievances if that was the case. All right. Thank you so much, Jelani, for being honest. And I do think that you care, you know, and that's important. We got to care. And if you don't care, then you don't have anything to say about it. But Jelani cares. Speaking of caring, Brooks, you're one of the most positive person we know. There's not much that gets you ruffled. There's not much that you don't necessarily like. But I know you got some grievances for this year, don't you?
Yeah, I got a couple. I mean, I'll start with the smaller one first. Marvel trades are too expensive, and like it's like fucked up that they're trying to fucking sell me a trade paperback the same price I would expect to pay for a fucking hardcover. And like, stop doing that, Marvel. It's bullshit. No.
we have this game me and Brooks like to play where I'll be like, hey, look at this giant ass fucking book from Fantagraphics. He'll be like, whoa. I'd be like, this is $40. And then we'll find one that's like a third of the size from Marvel and it's $70. And you're like, what the fuck?
New t-shirt design. Stop doing that, Marvel. It's bullshit.
I'm like, nah, I don't fucking need it, I guess. It's fucking bullshit is what it is.
It is.
I think my main gripe this year is something that's bothered me for a while. But I've kind of learned, to live with it a little bit. Is people have like this whole kind of culture around whining about things that's kind of come about, like especially like we are very passionate guys. We love the things that we love, our comics, we love our movies, and when we get a bad one, it hurts. But like some people just, I think, go too far, with like whining about something. Like, it used to be like, I remember during the prequel days of Star Wars, when like episode 1 and 2 had just come out, and we could talk about it and be like, oh yeah, remember episode 1, how that movie sucked? And we just be like, ah, yeah, and it was just fun, and we just laugh about it, and then we'd clown on the prequels, and and sometimes like I think there's like there's like an industry around like these so-called fans who like to like engage with this media, but not in a way, but it seems like they're exclusively doing it just to like find something that they don't like about it. Like they're not looking to be entertained or to engage with me. They're looking for something to be mad about, like, and the whole wokeism thing, like I hate that shit so much. I hate it when somebody says something is woke. That annoys the shit out of me.
It has no
like,
definition.
Every time somebody says that to me, I'm like, okay, like I just can't take you seriously.
The Childish Gambino song.
They've ruined that word, man. They've
ruined
the meaning behind what it really means.
Yeah, because I mean, it's just like, it doesn't mean anything. It just means something that this person doesn't like. And it's like, it's okay not to like things. It's okay to talk about not liking things. But like, you got to realize, like this is just the way things are, Sometimes you're going to like something, and sometimes you're going to love something, and sometimes you're going to really hate something. But you don't have to like let it poison you, You can still stay positive, Like, I can be like, oh yeah, that movie sucked or whatever. I hate it. It's bullshit. But like, not get too vitriolic about it. Act like, like I was entitled to, something better, like, which I mean, I think we should expect, better things from our artists, especially like, these big corporations that are now funding these artists.
They have all the money
and aren't paying the artists hardly shit. And like, that's why I think the entertainment industry has become so stagnant lately, is because corporations decide what art gets made, and they only want to make art that they know is going to make them money. And like, that is not conducive to making good art. Art is about creativity, trying something, taking a risk. Like, everything everywhere all at once. That's like a perfect example. It's like a movie that just goes for it. And like, it's good, and it's that's just the way things are. I hope, like, I want things to be better too. I want better media and stuff. But
and they can do it.
I also acknowledge that every once in a while there's going to be something I don't like, or something that is just bad, and you just gotta brush it off and move on.
You got to get that dirt off your shoulder.
I was like, oh, he did that. You went for the All right.
I like it, man. Throwing some
all right, Brooks, I see you, dog. Yeah,
I'm not exclusively talking about you, but like, I mean,
I know, man. I know. I love you, Brooks.
I'm not just. I wasn't targeting.
I love you,
honestly,
dog. You make sense when you talk.
We gotta look on the replay and see if targeting was involved. If so, Brooks is out of here. But I think that was.
You see my cybernetic eye line up.
He's out for the season.
Terminated.
No, really good points. And like Eric
Thank
said,
you, Brooks.
comment of the year right there. And if Manny ever clipped anything out of a PCP show, that should be it right there. That's the holiday message. The true meaning of Christmas is what you said, but the true meaning of Festivus is to tell everybody how they disappointed you. So Hammer Time Pole Shoe. Let's move on to your grievances this year. What's pissed you off, brother?
Oh man, I don't have a lot. It's been a pretty good year lately, and this goes back to what Brooks was saying about, maybe Jelani too, talk about being passionate or whatever, but the whole thing with the DC extended universe in the films. And a lot of people are like, oh, we need to do this, we need to do that. And then James Gunn and the other dude came in. I can't remember his name.
Peter Safran.
Peter Safran. Thank you.
He was there.
And
CEO.
He's a Aquaman producer. He produced the Aquaman.
Yeah, he produced Aquaman.
Yeah, and he did some CW stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I've seen a lot of hate. So there's a lot of people that are just unhappy with the current DCU, the films, and some people are like, oh, do this for the direction, or some people are like, you got to start over. So I don't envy those guys, but there's been so much hate about them talking about restarting. But there's been a lot of hate that's very, I mean, there's been like death threats type of shit. That's uncalled for. Like if you're on, first off, if I had to come in, if they're like, John, you're in charge of the DC movies, I'd be like, oh shit, man, I fucking love Ben Affleck. Let's go. And I'd get in there and be like, we might want to start this shit over, guys. I don't know at this point in time. I think there's more highs and lows. Some people won't agree with me, but there's a lot of stuff I do like. But at this point, I don't know what you do at this point. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of all over the place. And people shitting on James Gunn forget he's got stuff invested into this. First off, he took Suicide Squad, which didn't do too great and has got some issues, and then did the Suicide Squad, which I actually enjoyed, although I fucking hated Peacemaker in the movie and thought he was a right cunt. And then he's like, I'm making a Peacemaker show. I'm like, I'm not watching this. Fuck you. And the show is amazing. He made me love John Cena. I'm like, you motherfucker. You did it again, James. You did it. I mean, I love the Guardians of the Galaxy films, and I love the Christmas special, even though when it comes to Marvel, I don't give two shits about the Guardians of the Galaxies. When it comes to the comics, I really love X-Men. I do like Spider-Man. I do like Iron Man. I don't give two shits about the Incredible Hulk. I'm sorry, or She-Hulk. But there's things I like about Marvel and things I don't, and I didn't give a shit about Guardians of the Galaxy. And James Gunn made me love those characters and love those movies. And so I have a lot of faith in him. And again, he's going to have to get rid of his own, Peacemaker. I mean, I'm sure they're going to do other seasons, but I'm saying he's setting that universe up and introducing new characters and stuff, and that's going to have to go by the wayside. So he's taking a hit on this too, and so I just think he's getting too much shit. So my biggest issue is the way people are treating James Gunn. Give him a fucking chance, man. Yeah. See what he does. Make them do some announcements, and then if you don't like what he does, and I'm surprised how many people I do feel bad for Henry because I think he got pushed around a bit because of before James Gunn was brought on board. I wish they would have waited till James was on board. But he seems very happy if his Warhammer project takes off. He seems more than happy with that. Like, he does not give a shit about it.
It's because they promised him free Warhammer for 2 years. And so he's like, oh, shit.
Yeah. So he seems really stoked to do that. And I think good for him, man. That seems like it's something he's happy with. And I don't think
it's a passion project for sure for him.
Oh, yeah. I think he's won out on this whole thing. And I think...
he gets to play the things he loves.
Exactly. And I do like Henry as Superman. There were some issues I took with some issues of his, of some of the stuff he was in, but it wasn't him. And I wish him all the best. And I'm excited to see what he does with the Warhammer stuff. But, I understand if they're going to start from scratch. So I don't know. That's my biggest issue. My biggest complaint is I feel people that have issues with it, that's fine. But like, look, I'm worried about James Gunn, or I really like the Snyderverse, but don't fucking make death threats. Don't fucking draw pictures. There's been shit I've seen that's just fucking like, Jesus, guys, step the fuck back, take a breather, and realize it's just fucking. Not only is it movies, it's comic movies, guys. Jesus. Yeah. So So just again, make your voice heard, but don't threaten him or his family or whatever. It's just it's gone too far, man. It's gone too fucking far. It's okay to be passionate about one thing.
And I'm sure usually when that kind of stuff happens, and I don't think death threats are a cool thing to do or whatnot, but usually when that kind of stuff gets reported, it's like the smallest percentage. Most of it's just people being like, you're a piece of shit. You fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I say, even those people that aren't hyped about the direction, right now we don't really know anything, so at least hold off and give everybody a chance, man.
Let me tell you this: James Gunn does not need to tweet. He doesn't need to say anything.
I love that he's tweeting. Because
he can answer all the questions he needs to.
He's trying to be transparent, and it's fueling speculations. There are people that are making whole YouTube channels now that we could do a show every day about what James, like the newest fucking thing and the DCU and James Gunn, right? Like, and I like that he's doing that. You don't get that from Kevin Feige.
No,
you
you
get
don't.
that
That's
from
true.
Marvel. Like, and
No,
I'm
you
not
don't.
saying that he's not doing it in a way that's like detrimental to his career, which
It
we have
wasn't just
seen
Feige.
careers.
Feige lost his whole crew.
We have seen careers implode
Mhm.
because of social media interaction.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't talk on social media.
But I
That's
love what
what's
James
killing
Gunn is
it.
doing, because James Gunn was asked very specifically, would you do things outside of the DCU, right? And he goes, there are things actively being developed. Now,
Then we
obviously,
can do Elseworlds.
Joker 2, Batman. I would
Yeah.
love an Elseworlds brand on those movies.
Oh, fucking A, man. I love some of the Elseworlds.
I'll watch
stuff.
them.
And Twitch
awesome.
Mitch is like, yeah,
Watch
you
them.
could bring back Gal Gadot, you could bring
Yep.
back Affleck, you
All
could
of
bring
them.
back
It's
Henry Cavill to do a Kingdom Come at some point.
Yep.
And,
Oh, that would be
That would be
badass.
awesome.
Yeah.
That would
and
be
it
awesome.
doesn't need to be
I'd
the
watch
end,
that.
it doesn't need to be the end result of a 10-year plan. It can just be a movie that you make because let's make some good fucking movies. That's
Yeah.
how Marvel Cinematic.
I would go and 6 times see Speeding Bullets if they did a live action version of that.
Yeah, right? No shit. Like that's
Or
good
what was
stuff.
the Batman where it was Harvey Dent? You know what I'm talking about? Elseworlds got some cool fucking stories.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I would
lots-
love
like,
to see some of that.
we'd like to see if you want to do like fucking 80 Batman movies every fucking 20 years, like let one of them be a vampire Batman. That'd be fun.
Oh,
Let's
that would be
fucking do
yeah.
that. Or that's
They
a
do that.
project for HBO Max. That's the
Yeah.
project for something like Disney Plus, right? Like doing things
yeah.
like that.
Yeah. So I'm just saying the James Gunn stuff, just take a wait and see attitude. The people that are riled up now, wild.
They
I
get
was
wild
looking at
and
Brooks.
wild.
When I was thinking wild, I was looking at Brooks.
Yeah, you know it.
And just wait and see, man. That's all I'm saying. And my other grievance, I only have 2, is I got a Sega Saturn recently, even though 25-year-old system. I finally got a Sega Saturn, the only Sega I never had. I've been playing Saturn games. I imported some stuff from Japan, and the one I was most excited about was The Last Bronx, and it doesn't work. And the disc looks perfect, but the fucking game doesn't work. And that's what I was most excited about, man. It's not on any other system. I just want to play some Last Bronx, and I'm looking at the disc, and I don't know what the issue is, so I'm very irritated. Come on, Last Bronx. That's what happens when you got CDs from it looks fine, but it's also 25 plus years old. Who knows the condition of the disc itself?
Wait, what kind of disc were Saturn games made on?
Compact disc.
Well done.
I didn't fall for your shit. My last and final grievance is Robbie's goddamn
somebody jumped
nuts
over the
jokes. Yeah. That's it. I
People
really
love my
have a lot to
Disney nuts
complain
jokes.
about, man. Things have been great. Things have been good here, man.
Good. Happy to hear. Mike, what is up in the Festivus tradition? What are your grievances of this year?
Well, I was listening earlier, and I was going to say my TV show for 2022 is Barry. I don't think anybody mentioned that. And then everything
about
else.
the fruit. I love that one.
So
I just found out that cherries and strawberries are not in fact fucking berries, and my whole world's fucking a lie now. Just so you guys know. Blueberries
what that
aren't
show's
fucking berries
about?
either.
Is that what that show's
Yeah,
about? Oh, wait, they're not
that's
berries.
he's an assassin. So trying to be an actor in Hollywood. It's very
Actors.
funny. So it's got which is the
Dan Heater.
the Foz.
Bill Hader, right?
Bill Hader,
Bill
the Foz.
The Fonz or the Foz?
The
Fonz.
Fonz.
Henry Winkler.
Henry Winkler.
Yeah, I couldn't remember.
Foz.
Henry-
You talking about Fozzie Bear
Fonz.
from the Muppets?
Yeah.
Robbie and I
Arthur
met Henry
Fonzarelli.
Winkler, and he's fucking awesome, by the way.
What
He was. He took a picture with us, and then he asked for the money. Do you remember that though, John? We thought he was just wanting to take a picture with us.
I thought he wanted the picture though for the signed headshots because I got a signed headshot.
I like his cameo. I like his cameo in Black Adam too.
He was in Black Adam.
That was
You should
very
follow that.
random. for
Yeah,
him
he
to
played
do that.
Superman, which is weird.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I thought it was just a little just very small, very nice. So, I don't know how many people here play Magic.
I play Card Fight.
I have played
Well,
Magic, and now I'm working on
I,
it. I'm
I
rebuilding
haven't
my
played in years, but I'm familiar. Yeah.
But so Magic the Gathering has had this issue lately of overproducing cards, and so like back in the day, we would order we'd order like 50 cases, or try to get 50 cases or 50 boxes. I can't remember, and then we'd only end up with like 12, and then we'd sell out in the first day, and then 3 months later we would get everything. The rest of our order would come in, and it would sell out. And then 3 months later, we'd have a new set. Now that's not a problem. Now we put in our order and they're doing it. So the Magic community is saying that a lot of stuff is being overproduced. And the reason I'm telling you this is because the Magic is owned by Wizards of the Coast, which is owned by Hasbro. And so they just did a fireside chat. And if you're a toy collector and have not watched the Wizards of the Coast fireside chat about Magic the Gathering.
So they're trying to do their best FDR is what you're saying.
And so you have to just watch it. And then you can see the state of how Hasbro is going to go with toys. Basically, it's what y'all talked about already with like Disney. It's a company that doesn't care, that's just making product. It doesn't care about the fans. It's like, oh, cool, let's just make money. And it's just kind of like, oh, this person that came in, like you had this guy that worked with Wizards of the Coast for 20 years. He played the game, he loved the game, and then he retired. And then they brought in this new guy that used to work at X industry, and now the whole thing is to make money. And it's just like, well, we don't, and it's kind of going the same way with the toys. So, and I'm glad Hasbro finally got off their ass and got a lot of the shipping issues taken care of. But it's one of those like, okay, you wanted this stuff, we're going to get it out to you. Now there's a quality control problem, and it's it's like, okay, we can either have products out fast or products with, which one do you want? Do you want products or with or without quality control issues? Because there's a time factor. So Hasbro essentially just sucks right now. I know a lot of people, I don't mind their packaging. I know a lot of people hate the packaging with the windowless. It doesn't bother me at all. I know that some people, it's just one of those, like, it's Walmart and Target and Amazon, like, taking returns. The people that work there, they're not toy people. It's like there's a figure in the box.
They're charging them more for it. That's the worst part. They're charging more for paper, and you can't see it. And they're like, it's for the environment, but you're making plastic to sell. Sorry.
Well, it goes. Well, if you go back and watch the Magic thing, you kind of understand why it's more money, and it's what I said like years ago when everybody was like, hey, all these Marvel 10th anniversary figures, Marvel movie 10th anniversary figures, they're $24.99, and y'all are buying them up. That means they're going to raise the price. They're testing the water, and so they're testing the water again with all these $34.99 figures. And if we keep buying all these $34.99 figures, then they're going to go, all right, cool, $29.99.
Yeah.
So within the next 2 years, their figures are going to be $30 a piece.
Yep.
And then there's going to be 50 in Canada and everywhere else. So it's one of those, like, they're going to keep doing it because they're in the idea of making money, not that they care about what they don't care about the fans. It's all like what Robbie said earlier on the whole social media thing. It's just, we don't care. It's just how good the face looks and like how many tweets and how we're trending on social media. And it's just a lot of patting itself on the back and jerking itself off with, and they don't care, and because all it is money. And then when it stops making money, then they will get rid of everything. But it's like one of those, like, if everybody stops buying from Target and Walmart and Amazon and supports the small stores, small local shops, and it's one of those where it's like, all right, cool. Well, Walmart's like, well, hey, nobody's buying this product and it's just sitting on our shelves. They'll be like, okay, we'll just cancel the line. And then when Walmart goes, no, it's all of your toys, all of your lines, then they go, okay, we've got a problem. So there's a problem with it, and it's a lot of quality control and pricing. So I don't know. It sucks, and I don't like the future of it. And it's one of those. There's just. I hate the way that a lot of the teams. It's like, I get it, because like when they do, the Hasbro does their exclusives and their the Pulse Con, and you actually get to talk to the team members. and the team members are genuinely excited about it, and they want to do the right thing. But it's also like, I get it because it's one of those. It's to save money. That's why you're getting repainted figures and the same figure, same different body mold. Like that's the. It sucks, but it's just like, okay, we found the mold that we like. This is what it's going to be. Because I'm looking at 3 figures right here, and it's just kind of like they're all the exact same except for a head, different head. So, and it sucks, but it's what it is. I don't have any issues with James Gunn. Burn the DCEU down and start over.
Yeah.
Like,
Hell yeah.
like Henry Cavill left The Witcher not to play Superman because everybody's like, he left The Witcher to play Superman, and they fired him. It's like, nah. The people, the what scares me about The Witcher is they're straying from the property, and that's why he left. And it's basically once he leaves, when the Hemsworth brother takes over, I think you're going to see that show canceled. So,
I just really hope that while they're making this Warhammer show or whatever they're doing with him, before each decision that needs to be made in the script, they roll dice to determine the outcome, and they let dice rolls determine what the Warhammer property is going to be like. Right?
Make a genuine Warhammer movie, right?
You're gonna be like, none of this makes sense, but it's kind of cool for some reason. I don't understand.
Disney, it's a money. Disney, my grievance with them is that like it's just a money making machine, and they're just. I mean, they hire who they hire, and they write. And I think a lot of us pop culture people are kind of gatekeeping because of certain things. There's people that like I've talked to people that don't read Marvel comics at all and absolutely love She-Hulk and think it's the best and most cleverest thing in the world. And it's like
they obviously don't have good taste.
And it's just, but it's just like that's the majority. Like we're a small percentage.
They hate you, and they told you they hated you in the finale.
And like, people defend it. We're such a small percentage in of what matters. And
yeah, you're right.
It's like I know that, and I wanted to comment when you were talking about it, but because I was listening. But it's like Jelani's like it's a law show. It's like they never watched Ally McBeal. Like had the writers gone back and watched the whole entire show for Ally McBeal, they could have probably made She-Hulk a lot.
Could have made She-Hulk better, and we probably would have watched it and liked it.
They weren't interested in writing a show. There's no fucking plot. There's no the closest overarching plot we get, they like piss away. They're like, oh, stealing the blood. That's a bit like super soldier serum. No shit, but it's the only fucking thing that's been consistent this entire fucking season.
I'm not the only one that hates it.
I don't even.
I know, but
I don't care about the messaging. I could give a fuck. I'm an ass. I've been on this for 36 years. I've been an asshole. All of them. Like they can tell me that shit. That's not what bothers me. It's that the fucking show is incompetently fucking made.
I just love how often we keep going back to She-Hulk tonight. I wish they should have put She-Hulk on the fucking.
I wish I could never fucking talk about She-Hulk ever again.
We won't after this.
So goddamn sick and
dude, after this, you won't hear it from me.
Well, like we had to do it 9 weeks in a row, right? And now here we are at the end of the year, and we probably won't talk about it ever again.
You guys,
this is a grievance. I let it go. Everything I told y'all just now, I let go.
And that's the reason why we do the grievances, because it means it's time to air them, and it's gone.
It's gone.
The new year coming, y'all.
See, I think I agree down
ever again. After
the Spencer run, and I still bring
the
that
only
shit
time
up
I'll bitch about it again is if it gets a second season. That's it.
Tomorrow, if I walked up to you and said, "Oh man, I love that She-Hulk show," you would say nothing.
I'd be all right, cool.
Okay.
Don't bait me. Let's go like this. Don't bait me.
Stored in memory.
If you know I don't like Ben Affleck, don't mention Ben Affleck to me. If you know I don't like She-Hulk, don't mention She-Hulk to me. If you know I don't like certain people, don't mention them people to me. You know, it's simple.
Yeah, but if I mention She-Hulk to you, it's going to be the comic book.
I'll never mention it then.
Oh,
so
easy and fun that was. That was easy and fun.
I mean,
you guys too much. I want to see
anything else.
Yeah, it's just like it's one of those like it just I don't know, man. And like my expectations, like my bar used to be here, and now it's down here, and I've enjoyed it.
So you've learned to just accept your fucking slop pig. Like that's what's happening.
No, it's just like
Eat it.
Like
It's
what
good,
I
ain't it?
like what
Got
I would
chunks of
like.
shit in it.
I know that how the show that I would like to put for She-Hulk, like
They have
any
source material. They have
or
the
any-
easiest source material in the world.
I know, and it's just like the way that I want to go, and then they do it like, and everybody's and okay, so and here's the thing too that I'm gonna get probably some flack over, but has anybody here seen the new Top Gun movie, Top Gun Maverick? Anybody see it?
I haven't.
Oh,
Am I-
tread
am I-
lightly, Mike.
Am I the only
ready to
one that
pounce.
saw it? Am I the only one that saw Top Gun?
Delaney mentioned it as one of his favorites of the year.
Okay. You know why it's one of your favorites of the year? Because it's one of your favorite all-time movies.
No, it's not.
It's
I hate Top Gun.
it's episode. It's a reskin of episode 4. That's all it is.
Yeah, and it did a
That's-
better job than Top Gun. I had to stop Top Gun. I can't watch Top Gun. Top Gun Maverick? Oh, hell
Okay,
yeah.
Top Gun Maverick. All it is just episode 4. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's episode 4.
Set on Earth, and it's just like it's basically that's what we're getting to. It's just
He
like,
should have
oh,
died.
hey.
He should have died through like most of that movie. He should have made it past like the first 15 minutes of that movie.
And I agree with
Right.
I agree with what Brooke said earlier too. It's like they're not making art. They're shitting and calling it art when
They're
it's
making
not
it
really
content. That's what it's called now.
art.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's content. Eat
And
it.
it sucks because it's just like, and everybody, it's the generations that are younger than us that are the ones that they're
They're
focusing on,
suffering.
The young folks
and
now.
then that's the ones that is eating it up, and that's the ones that love it. So as long as they are the voice of the direction. So
Yeah, we're not trying to be that fucking 40-year-old telling 20-year-olds that they suck, because that happened to me when I was 20. But these 20-year-olds fucking suck. They don't know shit. I'm sorry.
But
I
also
disagree,
these-
dude.
But
I love these
the
kids, man. They're awesome.
the other,
Fuck them kids.
but a lot of
You know
those
I hate
20-year-olds
children.
are also not watching this stuff.
Yeah,
That's
they're not.
Yeah.
That's
The demographic you want aren't watching it.
Wait, but are they
Yeah.
tweeting about it?
Possibly.
They're
Well,
not
the
watching
problem is we give children like shitty stuff, and then we get mad that they grow up and they enjoy shitty stuff. Like McDonald's used to give us fucking like cool little action figures. This is the last fucking like 10 fucking McDonald's toys are the same fucking things. They're bullshit. And
got another
those are what
grievance,
my kids are
McDonald's
gonna think
toys.
fucking
Are
Happy
you
Meal
whining about
toys
your
are.
children's toys, Happy Meal toys?
Yeah, well, they grow
We
up
used to
then
get-
to
we used to
buy
get
shitty
toys.
things. They go and they
used to
spend.
get-
They're gonna grow up and they're gonna be the ones spending fucking $29.99 on fucking bendies and $50 on fucking head swaps on fucking body molds from Hasbro because I allowed them to grow up expecting fucking mediocrity. They shouldn't have to do that with cinema. They're gonna grow up expecting fucking Sonic the Hedgehog 2. They should not have to fucking do that.
They'll have a whole
All right.
generation. They'll be on a YouTube show and they'll be like, "What's your favorite movie of the year?" They'll be like, "Chippendales Rescue Rangers."
Absolutely, absolutely. You know what? And so I'm gonna make a pledge. I'm gonna be buying all my kids so that they learn from Brooks because Brooks is fucking profound tonight. Stop doing that, Marvel. It's bullshit. T-shirts. All right, for all the kids, stop doing that, Marvel. It's bullshit. All right, that was one of the most fucking profound things that Brooks has
That
said.
will definitely reach
I bought
Marvel.
that shirt.
My
You
voice
know?
will finally be heard.
I'll wear that shit on a goddamn live stream with
I know
CB
that
Stahelski.
shirt.
You just wait and see, man. You just wait.
We wear horny
Marvel's
time
gonna call me
horse
up and be
shirt.
like, "Hey, we need you to work for us now."
No shit, man. Marvel quoted me. Y'all remember this, but Marvel quoted, for anybody that doesn't know, Marvel quoted me on a book that I gave a fucking terrible shit review on, but they quoted the one thing they could find in there. And I said, if you like Kree Skrull stuff, I guess this is the book for you. And they pulled that quote.
Is that
You
Empire?
gotta commit to your hate.
It was
Commit
the
to it.
shit leading up to Empire. Was that shit
Yeah.
incoming or some bullshit like that? This is one of those like $10 cash grabs they do. They're like, this is the fucking direction of 2023. You're like, just more of the fucking same. You're just moving one writer to another title. That's all you're doing. Like, what? Was that all your grievances, Mike?
well, I mean, Yeah, no, but I mean, the show can go on.
Yeah,
But
we
like
don't
I
wanna
was
go
gonna
too long.
say, the because I'm so like I'm a backlog bro. I've got so many. I haven't read in so long. But that was like Convergence was like the last time I was really reading hardcore DC, and the what was it? Civil War 2 was the last time I was reading Marvel hardcore. And then like I tried to jump back with Hickman's X-Men, and then like the House of Swords and all that shit. I was just like, I'm behind again.
The House of Swords, yeah.
Whatever. House of X, House of Swords of
Yeah.
X, whatever that shit was. Like, and
It's
then
10 of swords, my friend. There were 10 swords.
I don't know what the fuck.
They had
10
no
swords
fucking
is.
House of
bearing
Ten
in
It's
it.
a card
X of
game.
Swords.
But it's like I didn't like. It's like cool, and then it's just kind of like, oh well, he's leaving, so why should I feel like finish reading this shit?
Right.
So, and then it's just like I've been reading more. Like I read what was it? The
The X-Men
Batman.
boat is not a pleasant ride right now. I can tell you that.
You're still reading it. You're still
Like,
reading. You're
I've
still
then,
reading.
I've weathered these storms before, though.
That's his
so
thing,
I'll-
though.
I'll-
X-Men is Brooks's thing, you know? Like,
Yes,
I made it
yes.
into Claremont run
I've
of
weathered the
Fantastic
X-Men
Four.
since early 2000s.
Understood.
I mean, I've been
I'm committed.
reading like that, and it sucked too because like I love the X-Men, but like
This was so bad.
Bendis is like I stopped during Bendis's run. That's when I gave up on. That's when I gave up on X-Men because it was like
Yeah.
the time traveling
I had the
multiverse just going
perfect
forward and back.
fucking- I had the
And
perfect
it's just like I'm
ending.
done.
I had the perfect ending for that fucking arc too. Like Jean realizes they have to go back, but they got to go back without the knowledge. She knows she's going to die. They know that they could avert all these terrible things, but she understands to keep the timeline intact that she has to wipe everybody's mind, including hers, or maybe not hers, and then leading us to the idea that the entire Jean story, she knew she was going to die, whether it was in the original Phoenix saga, which got retconned because it was a clone body of Jean, right? Or in the end of Grant Morrison's excellent new X-Men run, Joe Corallo. Okay. So anyway, I thought that would, but they just shit the whole fucking bed with that goddamn shit. It's like this is what Marvel does. They do a good setup, no fucking payoff.
No payoff.
Not pay it off. In fact, they don't want to pay it off. They just want it to linger. Like the all new X-Men shit. Why did that linger for so fucking long?
Yeah.
That's like a fucking at least at max 12 issues of story you get out of that, right? Like the old X-Men. Well, Bendis did that his whole fucking run, man. Like, what the fuck, dude? So stupid. If you want to write Silver Age X-Men, write Silver Age X-Men. I'm cool with that. Like, do that, dude. Do stories in that fucking era and do it. But Jesus.
That's one reason why I like Silver Coin and Ice Cream Man, like anthology books. Like
Yeah.
they're one and done. Like there's no like, oh, it might if you
Return to this.
it'll like the pay like, oh, hey, we reward you because you remember this dude from this story back in. Well, he came back for this one. It's like, oh, that's so cool. But then it's just like keep going with anthology and all new stuff. So, and then like the last Batman book I read was the whole introduction of Ghostmaker, and then that was like, I'm not even reading Green Lantern right now. It's just like even if there is a Green Lantern,
No one's
book.
reading Green Lantern right now, bro. There's no Green Lantern book.
Because
why would there be a Green Lantern book from
Weren't there
DC?
space
Why?
cops? Weren't there like a partner buddy cop thing going on for
Joe
Green
makes a
Lantern?
good point, though. Why would there be a Green Lantern book? I don't know. It's one of their flagship fucking characters that should always have a book in publication, but whatever.
no.
Fuck it.
But could you imagine that? I mean, it's like thinking like it's so stupid. I mean, I was almost going to joke and be like, it would be like if Marvel didn't put out Fantastic Four for years or something like that.
Yeah, that would hurt. That hurt me deep, man, when they did that. I'd rather have a shitty Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
on the
me and
shelf.
Robbie were like miserable. Nobody else cared.
That's right.
Oh my God, are they ever going to do a Fantastic Four book again?
It made my pick of the week that first issue, and I was like, let me tell y'all something. I don't think this is the greatest Fantastic Four book I've read, but I'm just so happy it's back. God damn it! You know what I'm saying? All right, Mike, that's it, right?
Yeah.
All right, it's time for the Rockin' Robbie airing of the grievances. And thank you all for having patience with us tonight. We'll be displaying our feats of strength and wrapping up here soon, but I got some shit to say. A lot of people have disappointed me this year, and it's time to let them know, and it's time to let it go, right? So here we go. Number one, Why is it so fucking cold? It's 9 degrees here right now. What the fuck is up with this? It's ridiculous. This polar vortex can suck a dick. And I don't mean that in a positive way, because we're sex positive here, but I mean in a fucking negative way. Like a gnarly, nasty, stank dick. You can fucking suck it and get the fuck out of here. Anthony Davis and his right fucking foot. Are you serious? Can this dude not walk 2 fucking feet without hurting himself? Is he the Tony fucking Romo of the Los Angeles?
He's still getting paid. Still getting paid.
News broke today. Out indefinitely. Fucking fracture, stress fracture in his fucking foot. He's done. Fuck the Lakers. Like, what the fuck, man? We win a championship. Everybody goes, oh, it doesn't count because you were in the bubble. I think the level of competition rose in the fucking bubble, but fuck all those people that say that it doesn't. So that's part of my grievance is the people that discount the 2019 fucking 2020 Lakers goddamn championship. Fuck y'all. But I'll tell you this, fuck the Lakers for not being able to prove that they are a good team because their dudes keep getting fucking hurt. Like, Jesus Christ, they had me a month ago. I felt like we were going to fucking make a run for it. What the fuck was I thinking? Moving on. Marvel Comics, your shitty ass paper. What the fuck? Not only are they charging exorbitant amounts for their fucking books, they are shrinking the fucking quality of the actual fucking artifact itself. We collect physical media, right? Not everybody's into Blu-rays anymore. Not everybody's into, say, VHS, like I am. Not everybody's into toys and shit like that anymore. But comic book people like comic books. And we want it to be a good quality product. If you want to charge us $5 for a fucking comic, if that's going to be the mean price, obviously several thousand of us have decided that that's okay. But like, give us good fucking quality. And I don't just mean the content of the stories, because I think Marvel and DC, the mainstream, the corporate shit, whether it's movies or comics, they're always going to produce mostly mediocre shit, occasionally great shit, and a lot of really sloppy shit, right? So that's just the way it's going to be. But you can put it on good quality fucking paper. At least the shittiest movie I have that I love on Blu-ray looks great, right? So make your fucking shit look great. Why is the best Marvel comic of 2022 published by Abrams? So that's a problem, right? But maybe Abrams should just take the fuck over. Moving on. Long ass movies. Why do movies feel they got to be as long as a fucking PCP movie night? Why do they feel they got to be as long as a fucking Rockin' Robbie Live? Why the fuck are movies so goddamn unnecessarily long? And we talk about this. We've talked about plenty of movies on this channel that we love that are long. Seven Samurai, the Godfather films. We love those movies. Why? Because it's not about the length. It's about the pace. Pacing in movies doesn't exist anymore. They don't know what the fuck they're doing on mainstream movies. So fuck how long movies are. Speaking of that, Halloween Ends. Jelani mentioned this. I just want to add to it. What the fuck? What the fuck are you thinking? And why are people coming at me like I don't understand what they're trying to do? No, I understand what they're trying to do. They didn't have a fucking idea for a third movie. So they just fucking came up with this bullshit. Now, if this whole, what is this, Corey Cunningham, whatever the fuck or whatever, if this dude shit was laid in throughout the movies, that's fine. But it's just
but perfect
movies. 3 movies with no goddamn vision of where to go. Like, they had that first movie. Say what you will. I do not like any of these fucking new Halloween movies. They can suck a dick too. Sloppy, nasty, like slimy, putrid. Anyway,
Like a zombie's dick.
Evil dies tonight.
Like a putrid fucking nasty vagina. I don't care what their preference is. Like, just fucking do it. Here's another thing. I can't see shit on half of the shit I watch on the screen anymore. I don't like. I know I'm getting older, but goddamn it, I can see shit. I can still see. And I'm watching this shit, and I got the most advanced fucking TV I've ever had in my life, and I can't fucking see shit. Like House of Dragon. Sorry, y'all. They said this. They said this about this fucking beach scene. They were like, that was our artistic intention. What? That I couldn't see shit? Why even have them there? It's just do a blank fucking screen then. Like, I cannot fucking stand how dark shit is, including the Batman, which leads me to my next grievance. Why do people like that fucking movie? That movie is so goddamn long. It's got a terrible third fucking act. There's no chemistry between fucking Zoe Kravitz and Robert Pattinson. Robert Pattinson's like sleepwalker fucking mode because they have to keep starting this fucking production because they're doing it during COVID. And like, I get
He
it.
got COVID.
I love Colin Farrell as the Penguin. I love the fucking Batmobile. I love elements of this film. People talking about how Michael Giacchino is being snubbed for an Oscar. Y'all know me. I love Werewolf by Night. I love the music in Lost. The music in the Batman sucked, bro. It was all like 3 fucking notes and then like the fucking Nirvana song, like all the way fucking through it. I do not get why people love that fucking movie. It won Best Movie on the Geeks Unleashed poll. I don't understand. Sorry, I'm getting heated. All right, moving on.
Really surprising to me how much you dislike this movie.
I don't like that movie. I'm sorry. Okay, moving on.
It was
Horror
alright.
fans have disappointed me in a year that I think is the best year of horror cinema that we've had in a long fucking time, right? Horror fans fucking suck. Y'all blow, man. What the fuck? Scream 5's one of the greatest fucking movies ever. Fuck you. The Black Phone's the greatest horror film of the year. Fuck you. Terrifier 2 is a fucking return to that's a 2.5 hour fucking movie. Like Terrifier 2 is so fucking boring. And I get it. Yeah, it's got gore. I can see gore in fucking tightly crafted 1.5 hour films. I've got them. I've got the fucking Mutilator. I've got the fucking Prowler. I'm cool. I've seen Tom Savini. Like, y'all ain't blowing me away with this Terrifier 2 shit. Horror fans, y'all need to really either really lower your fucking expectations or raise them. I don't fucking know. And what's up with this elevated horror shit? Whatever. We're not going to talk about that. Dylan and Scarpad from Dylan's Horror Show. Fuck both of those dudes for making me watch that William Shatner bullshit movie, Kingdom of the fucking Spiders. That movie's the worst fucking movie I've watched all year.
Was it better than Eight-Legged Freaks?
I liked Eight-Legged Freaks. Because I watched it after watching Kingdom of the fucking Garbage is what that was, right? Good ending, though. Good ending. Anyway, by the way, William Shatner, very fucking creepy and problematic in that movie. Anyway, moving on. This has been brought up. The MCU sucked in Phase 4, but in particular, this year, it kind of sucked. But what really pisses me off about it is being fucking called a gatekeeper because I didn't like She-Hulk. I love y'all. I love you, PCP Army, so much. You are the reason why we get to do what we do here on Pop Culture Philosophers. But anybody that thought I was gatekeeping because I was sharing my honest opinion on She-Hulk, fuck you. Then moving on, the DCEU all of a sudden fans. Where were you?
Where were you?
Where were you over these 10
yes.
years? Like
Why
John,
didn't you love PBS?
I kind of alluded to this, but the idea, all of a sudden, people loved all the Henry Cavill fucking movies. No, y'all hated Man of Steel. Y'all hated BVS. Y'all hated Justice League, both versions. The majority of people didn't give a shit about them. Where the fuck were you? All of a sudden, everybody's white knighting for fucking the DCEU, but still hating Snyder. And by the way, fuck Ray Fisher. Like every time something happens, you got to try to throw your shit. He was throwing shit in about James Gunn. He's like, well, these tweets and he was in support of this. And then, what the fuck, Ray Fisher? Dude, you missed the boat, man. Move on. Become a car salesman. You'll be fine. I don't fucking know, bro. More power to you. Joe mentioned events in particular. I'll say this. I actually did like Dark Crisis. It's not an epic in scope enough for me for a crisis event, but I did like it as a focus on the importance of legacy in the DC universe, right?
Sure.
But Avengers, X-Men, Eternals, Judgment Day. And Twitch, I love you so much. I appreciate you sending me Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. We're covering that in April on PCP Movie Night. But Judgment Day is the worst fucking event I have ever goddamn read. It was so fucking boring, so pretentious. It was just ridiculous. It was not dynamic. It was not exciting. It didn't feel big. It never felt like it was going to have scale or scope. And I get that people liked it and that's all cool. Like, but it's just so fucking stupid. Do I have to read pages of a big Marvel event that's just talking about people's interactions on fucking Twitter? Are you fucking serious? I'm hardly on Twitter. Why? Because I think it's fucking stupid, the shit that I see there.
I'm not
like, what the fuck? Why are we writing comics like that? What the fuck? Like, the most crucial 3 points in this movie are Captain America having fucking coffee with the rando on the fucking street. Fuck you, this goddamn shit, man. Then we got my biggest grievance of the year, Taco fucking Bell. All right, Taco Bell, you did me a solid this year. You brought back the Mexican pizza. You had a snafu with it, but you gave me a good week of the Mexican pizza. Then it came back, and it's been problem-free since. However, this bullshit, you go out of your way to fucking tickle my nostalgic fucking Taco Bell balls that I have, right? And you tell me I get to vote whether I want the double-decker taco or the enchilada to come back. By the way, both goddamn things are made with all of the ingredients that every Taco Bell has and every
They have all of them.
Anyway, so we do this elaborate fucking vote. The enchilada wins. One of my favorite Taco Bell fucking menu items. It comes back. I get excited. We go to Taco Bell. They go, nope, you can only order that on the app.
It's like the Mexican pizza.
I am literally in your fucking store right now. Put some beans and beef in a fucking tortilla, put some sauce and cheese over it, and give it to me. Like, I'll give you my fucking money. They refused to serve us the enchilada. Okay, fine, Taco Bell. I'll play your fucking game. I pay for DoorDash. It's not available on DoorDash. You have to only order it on their app. When you order it on their app, guess what service they use to send it? DoorDash. Guess what you can't do on that app? Connect your fucking Dash Pass to their fucking app. So you still have to pay a delivery fee. So you know what? Fuck it. I did it because I'm that dumb shit that just wants my red sauce and cheese on the outside every fucking once in a while. Okay. And I wanted it. I played their fucking game. I paid a delivery fee, even though I shouldn't have had to. And then I ordered that shit. And guess what the fuck didn't show up? My enchilada. I never got an enchilada this fucking year. Oh. Fuck you. Fuck Taco Bell. Y'all really won me over again, though, with that breakfast crunch wrap. That shit's dope. But fuck you and the enchilada fiasco. That's all I can handle. That's all I can handle, man. I'm sorry. That's all I can handle.
Sorry, dude.
God damn.
Man, hard times, dude.
I know, man. I know. It's rough. It's rough out here.
Wow.
You know, it's hard out there for a pimp. When he's trying to get that enchilada for the rent. Fuck it. They have all the shit to make it at all times. I'm so fucking mad
Mexican
about
pizza.
It.
Same thing.
Jesus.
Yep.
Oh, we can't make a double-decker taco. Why? Like,
you have all the things.
You can't
Is
make
there a
a
button we're not supposed to push?
I understand it. I understand
man.
nacho fries. Nacho fries, they only have so many times a year. But it seems like nacho fries are there like every other fucking month.
Yeah.
It's like every week they're like, nacho fries are back. I'm like, wait, did they leave?
He just left.
They're always on the fucking menu board at my local one. It like they know they're coming back, so they don't fucking change the menu board. So then I have to ask for nacho fries, and like we don't have it.
I think Taco Bell said something recently about leaving them permanently on the menu.
The nacho fries?
Yeah, the fries in general, like
You
variations.
just put
they need
potatoes
to go
in
back.
oil
Keeping
and
fries.
fry it.
They need to go back to the original fucking nacho fries when they first came out, before they were these limp fucking motherfuckers we got now. But
That's because they don't change their oil.
I like
They
the
don't
nacho
change
fries.
their oil for any of it.
I like the nacho fries, but the enchilada shit really pissed me off this year.
it's like the fucking hot honey chicken at fucking Wendy's. You know what I mean? They fucking teased me with that shit. It was never good. The flavors that were supposed to be there were good, but they were never. It was never good. But I ordered it every time, and now I don't know what the fuck to order.
And figure drawing
I
is
don't
right.
order anything from Wendy's anymore. They
Figure
have
drawing
terrible
is right.
breakfast.
The Snyder Cut showed that he was snubbed in the original. Cyborg is the heart of that Snyder Cut. Like, and it's really, and like I said before, there's a good 2.5 hour movie in that 4 hour Snyder Cut, right?
Yeah.
Fuck that movie.
And he was the heart of that shit. And I get it, but Ray, just let it go, bro.
Yeah,
like,
he got digged over in that, but attacking James Gunn has nothing. That's
yeah,
not
like
gonna fix
go
anything.
make a Warhammer movie or some shit. Like, I don't know,
Yeah.
like get over it your own way. Like, just like it just seems like every time something, him and the fucking dude that plays Shang-Chi. Let me go ahead and say this too. Fuck that guy. That guy pisses me off. He's always trying to jump into every little fucking conversation. He was because he came up in that Tarantino shit. Oh yeah,
Twitter.
back when
Get
movies
off
were
Twitter.
no shit, bruh. Movies
Get
were
off
wider back
Twitter.
then. We get it, but like that doesn't discount the quality of the scripts or the execution of the fucking film. Like I get, like we can make those movies still, and we can make them diverse. Like we should be better than we were. Like, but yeah,
Dude, he proved my own point when he responded, because I went into the comic shop and one of the guys was like, "Hey, did you hear what the Shang-Chi actor said about what Tarantino said?" I said, "That's the fucking point of what Tarantino's saying. I don't even know that fucking actor's name. He's the Shang-Chi guy."
Exactly. And then he would be like, Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
And we're like, no.
Yeah.
No,
Shang-Chi.
it's been Shang-Chi for fucking 40 goddamn years.
You know what, Marvel? You want to correct me in pronunciation, and I'm not gonna let that shit slide. No more. Not at all.
Eventually, it's going to be like, it's not apocalypse, it's apocalypse.
Yeah.
All right, we're about to get into the feats of strength here on our Festivus stream, and I do want to remind everybody that we are collecting funds right now for the Human Fund, Money for People. So if you feel so inclined, you can send a super chat. If you've enjoyed the nonsense tonight, maybe you can buy your boy an enchilito. Unfortunately, you can't, because enchilito issues tale as old as time. Yeah, no shit, Empire. The double decker's amazing. They can still make a double decker. You know what? I bet the Taco Bell employees make themselves fucking double deckers and enchilitos all the fucking time. Yep. But it's all about holding
fucking enchilitos and double decker
tacos. It's all about withholding shit from the little man.
You have everything to make it.
Everything at Taco Bell has the same fucking ingredients. Fuck y'all, man.
Ingredients.
They have everything to make it. They just don't have the packaging for it.
Put it in a bag. I don't give a shit, dude. I'll give you a bowl. I'll bring a bowl. Can I get an enchilito if I bring my own bowl?
Why can't you make a taco salad? A taco salad? You can't make a taco salad,
dude. Well, at least with the taco salad, we know they don't have those shells. But dude, those shells were amazing. Does anybody remember when they had the seafood taco salad?
Yeah,
that gave people food poisoning, man.
Yeah, it did. Because they know to keep it.
I used to be into fake crab when I was a kid. I loved that fake crab when I was a kid. All right, we're moving on to feats of strength. Boom. Joe. And what we do, everybody, in case this is your first Festivus, what we do is feats of strength. We're obviously not in the same room. We can't wrestle each other. Like, we would prefer that, just a Royal Rumble at the end of all of this, but we can't do that. So what we do is show and tell. So, Joe, 2022, what are your top 5 pickups, man?
All right. I got some decent ones here. So let me show you a first one here.
Riveting.
Nice one here. We got the Love and Rockets box set.
Nice.
Dope.
It is very heavy. It's 30 pounds.
That thing is ridiculously heavy, man.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And yeah, it's all the important stuff from Love and Rockets, because who fucking cares after the first 50 issues, right?
I mean, yeah, that's what I kind of hear. They're still doing it though, and I applaud them for that.
Yeah, but no, it's great.
Oh, it's a beautiful set too, isn't it? I haven't picked mine up yet, but I have my book 1 home here. It is a perfect facsimile too, like glossy covers, matte. Like it's so beautiful, man.
Yeah, no. So this definitely is it's a good one here, and now I have more stupid heavy books. Get into here's a nice one, the Complete Little Nemo from Taschen.
Nice.
Good.
I think it's like 3 feet tall, man.
Cute cover. I like that.
Amazing bookends too. Like, this is great.
Oh wow.
And
then, they do good stuff too. Damn, Joe, your collection budget's ridiculous.
Yeah, dude.
Yes. It's one might say it's reckless. So yeah, this was fantastic. Really loved.
Awesome. Did you watch the Slumberland movie on Netflix with Jason Momoa?
I haven't yet. I've heard mixed things.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about it, but
my daughter likes it a lot.
Well, that says a lot, actually. Mm-hmm. The eyes of a child are. I mean, that's why all the shit we love comes from our dude. You got the artist edition reprint. That's awesome.
Yeah, I finally got this. I've been meaning to have this for a while, so this was a nice addition to my collection here.
Dave Stevens, man, golden.
Oh yeah, just a fantastic.
Such a great such a great book, and most people just remember the movie, but like that's a cool. We have one still at the shop, and every time I walk by it, I'm like, man, I really need to get that, but I still haven't gotten my Todd McFarlane artist edition yet. But
Yeah,
I just want to look in it, man. It looks like it would be some cool stuff. His stuff is so clean. I would love to see what he does for like underdrawing and stuff.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Another thing I had gotten this year that I've read a bunch of times because it's just, I think, the coolest fucking thing. I've probably mentioned this before, but this panel by panel #1, Fantastic Four, where it just reprints the first issue, but it's all blown up, like individual panels.
Oh, wow.
And you can just read it this way. Like it's done in a way where you can it reads perfect.
Just think about it, like those are like Kirby dashed that shit out so quick, but they make just such exquisite, giant, large like pop art, right?
Oh yeah,
It's like the Fantastic Four for like old people.
It's the it's the large print edition of the Bible.
yeah.
Finally, I can read Fantastic Four.
But no, it's just it's so fantastic. And then I guess I got one more thing here. I finally got a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animation cell.
Oh,
I got that. Nice
Season 1, baby. Season 1.
Yeah.
I love their turtle disguises. We're gonna blend in.
Yeah, blended district, but yeah, I guess that's my 5. So, yeah.
Dude, that's awesome, man. Very excellent feats of strength, Joe.
I appreciate that.
Way to kick us off. All right, Manny, you're up next. Show us what you got.
all right. My stuff's not nearly as exciting, but I really dig it. So I got some of my original art from the community. So Tim Odlin did that sketch
Nice.
for me for Beware the Eye of Odin, which was a fucking phenomenal read. I got this from our buddy Soul Twice on Instagram. This awesome step by
dude, that's
step
great.
sketch cover.
Yeah, man.
And then I got this from Ruben Guzman, White Tiger CCC on Instagram. This dope ass 3 Ninjas sketch cover.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Not as cool as Surf Ninjas, but still cool.
It's not, but this is fucking next level. And he put it in a fucking top loader and Mylar. This fucking thing is better protected than any key comic in my fucking collection right now. So, and then I got this one this year.
Oh shit! Look,
I almost called you when I got this. I was like, dude, it was a fucking joke, right? Like I wasn't trying to make you feel away, bro. But this goes right next.
I remember shit. If everybody doesn't notice, my shirt says shill.
Yeah,
as it should.
Because I made
He has such
some
a recognizable
comment
art
about him
style.
liking Dennis Franz because he was on his show, and I was like, oh fuck, I gotta call him. So that goes along with all my other Robbie originals. So,
Yeah, I need to show off that Mike action drawing one of these days.
fuck yeah.
Yeah, you never draw me anything, Robbie.
I got something for you. I'll whip something together, man.
It's like a drawing almost every week. A little post-it thing.
Dude, I also invested a lot this year in Marvel Comics. So I wanted to show off. I got quite a larger collection this year. And last but not least, I got these from Cryo. Some real fucking nostalgic dives for me. So Tankor, everyone who's heard me talk about Beast Machines knows it's my favorite. Rhinox, the most tragic fucking Transformers of the 90s, like fucking Transformers era. This is Tankor. So that was dope. And then I got 2 Duke Laranges, right? I got a fucking bootleg from him because I'm a big fan of fucking Mighty Ducks.
Nice.
And then I got one that's not a bootleg.
Okay.
So boom.
Still some kids.
Boom. So yeah, dude, I was fucking pumped because I've been every time I go to swaps, I find Mighty Ducks figures, but I never find them complete. I only find it's always just like the figure. There's never any accessories or anything. So I was super excited for those. So those are, I think, yeah, that's my feats.
Nice. There's nice feats of strength. And that reminds me, like, John's got a carded Mighty Ducks figure because I did this thing one year for I don't remember if it was for his birthday or if it was for Christmas, but I got him 3 hockey mask, like goalie mask related things. You remember that, John? I got you
I have
Jones and the Mighty Ducks. Yeah, and there was something else too. I don't remember what it was. What was the third one? I don't know, but I think it was Jason.
Voorhees?
Yeah, it was Jason. Yeah. Good time. All right, Jelani, feats of strength. Show us what you've got, brother. Top 5 picks of the year.
My picks of the year. I have probably more than 5, but I'm gonna try to keep it tight. I'll go with my Stridor and my King Randor. These are all gonna be toys, by the way, because I haven't. Yeah, but
now that's 2 different figures that were sold separately. Is that 1 and 2, or is that just 1?
It's fine, man. We'll allow it. Come on, it's Festivus, man. It's Festivus, Mike.
What?
Let's calm down.
I got this Randor from you.
I just had to ask.
What? Really? Yeah, calm down, Mike. This is my Randor. This is my Stridor. They're awesome. They are also the highest viewed on our Go Figure channel. For some reason, they like this and Digitino for some reason. So that's cool. I love this. This is my pickup so far. Next, I think I got this earlier in the year, but I can't remember. But I love it still. Like it needs to be in a more prominent place. But it's that year 2 Batman from McFarlane. I absolutely love this thing. I got it like from Target online. Oh yeah, this was sweet. Very nice. I'm very, very, very happy about it because it's like this, and it comes with the cape and the arms that you have to put on him, and he looks good that way too. But I just like this better.
Yeah, let's be honest. That other cape's bullshit compared to that one, man.
It's true, very true. And then I got as a Christmas gift from a friend of mine. And I'm going to review. Brooks and I are going to review this next week. But I want to go ahead and show them off. This is the Venom and Null 2-pack. I got it for a gift. And I was like, oh, I accept. And the wings are fucking fantastic. We're gonna review this. But I just wanted to show it up front. I love this Null. He gets 5 figure points. That's just spoiler alert. He is so clean. The only gripe I have is he needs like holes in his back so they can put these freaking wings on him because these wings are fucking bonus. So that's my other feat. And then I have something I picked up. Yeah, I'm gonna have one more, but this is one that I got earlier in the year as well, and I never thought I'd get it. I never thought I'd see it. I had no clue. And when I finally got it, I was like, holy shit. I got an April O'Neil.
Nice.
So this is my April O'Neil from of course, the original line. She's got the little turtles on the back. I can't show it off because my lights are too bright. Maybe I'll turn the light a little bit. That's still too bright. But anyway, yep, April O'Neil. And she didn't come with any accessories. She did come with a card back. So I'm keeping the card back somewhere. But other than that, I'm so glad I found her. She's just, she's my jam. And then that was 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, of course, this is my number 1 figure of the year. This is the figure I've always wanted. I finally got it. I'm an egotistical bastard. What can I say? I love this figure. This is my selfie series. I got me as an action figure, and it's so weird and strange. And I was like, okay, cool. I have a weird head. What kind of stupid vanity project can I do? Can I make him OP? And I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? So I he's on a hand body. He's got a lightsaber because he's a gray Jedi. He's got freaking Wolverine claws, but it's from Shadowcat. I've got the whip from freaking Castlevania. and he's got lightning powers, and he's a teleporter and a master thief. He's doing a whole bunch of shit, but I love it. He's OP as fuck, and I love it. This is my favorite thing, my favorite pickup of the year, because like I can put him with my ninjas, and I'm like, yeah, I like ninjas. So he'll be in some videos for no reason. That's
Nice.
it.
My favorite thing about that is how that went from such a disappointment to you to your favorite pickup of the year. Because when you first got that in, he was like, what the fuck is this? Because if you could zoom in on that face,
It looks terrible, but it's my eyes. It's my face though, so it kind of
it is. But you send him a wonky photo, man. That's what happens, man. That's what
Yep.
happens. All right, Brooks.
made it work.
By the way, Jelani, nice feats of strength. Brooks, what you got? Feats of strength. Show us what you got.
First, I picked this up like earlier, like around Halloween time. I finally picked this up. This is the Dracula Legacy Collection. It has Dracula, Dracula's daughter, son of Dracula, House of Frankenstein, House of Dracula, and Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein, and it glows in the dark.
Nice.
Even though like I'm probably not going to notice much because it's going to be on a shelf. So, but I use it. I can display it on Halloween, like set it up somewhere and like have Bela Lugosi's like glowing face.
Hell yeah. Put a black light on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And sway wise, I love this thing that I picked up this year. I remember this Master of the Universe Roton. It's like, yes, I just love it. The saw, it's a vehicle looking like a buzzsaw.
Yeah.
I got Grizzly Man riding there with his crossbow.
His name is Grizzlord. Come on, bro.
Grizzlord. Yeah.
They see me rolling, patrolling and trying to catch me riding dirty.
His name is Grizzlord, though, not Grizzly Man. I just want to make sure.
I know. I do it on purpose.
Okay.
That's why I call Skeletor Skelly Man. And
He is a Skelly Man.
He's Grizzly Man. But another thing I picked up these amiibos. I'm not picking up a lot of amiibos lately because they're like so fucking hard to find, and like I'm just not down with like hunting them anymore. But every once in a while I run into some, and like this was a set at Target that came out after Metroid Dread. But it's like it's got this creepy ass fucking psycho robot from the game that I fucking hated at first. And it's got, Samus, of course, in her brand new suit. So yeah.
I like that.
Cool. At least I think so.
Yeah, very nice.
And here's this might be my favorite book that I've picked up this year. And I've picked up a lot of good ones too. But this one made me laugh. This was
Fuck yeah.
I started reading Daniel Clowes' stuff ever since we did the Ghost World review.
Mm-hmm.
Like Robbie put this one in my box one week, so I'm like, it's a Daniel Clowes book. I need to pick it up. But this book is freaking hilarious, dude. It's about this dude, like Pusey. He's like an up and coming comic artist, and it's a pastiche of like the comic industry and how fucking like exploitative it is, and like how everybody's like a weird, creepy loser. But like it's hilarious. Like I would if I was recommending Clowes, I would probably recommend this one first.
You would recommend Pussy first?
I would recommend Pusey over. I don't know, man. Either that or Ghost World.
It's crazy because when I got they did the paperback of the complete 8-ball, and being able to read it issue by issue, he got so much hate mail from the Pusey
It's not
stuff.
surprising. Right? I mean, he takes a shot at fans too.
Yeah, he does.
Which we deserve it, dude.
Yeah, but he takes so many shots at himself too. And people forget that.
It's like he's just making it's a farce, He's making jokes, Like,
but he's making points. And I think that shit was going on. He was producing that in the early 90s. And that's before any of us knew any of that.
I remember early 90s nerds, dude. I get it. I get it. I remember what they were like. They were fucking weirdos, dude. I was definitely not one of them at all. I was a cool guy.
Yeah, we
I was
weren't buying as many X-Force number ones as we could. Is that it,
Yeah.
Brooks?
No, I got two more. Like I picked this. Well, I mean, we talked about this movie already, but I got it on the Blu-ray. That's how I first watched it.
With the
Got
slip.
The slip.
Yeah, boy. You know it. Gotta get that fancy stuff. But yeah, like I mean, we've already pretty much said everything there is to say about this movie. It's awesome.
I got an added grievance. I hate the idea that we're now putting Rotten Tomatoes on our fucking covers for our Blu-rays. That shit
Yeah.
pisses me off.
Yeah.
Like it's important. It's not.
Yeah, it does have a little.
Certified
It's
fresh.
Certified fresh. Yeah, who cares?
Like,
Like I give a shit about
how
that.
would we know if it was fresh if they didn't put that on there?
They ain't show the audio score.
I want to find the
Right.
fucking person who goes to Rotten Tomatoes and goes, "Oh, well, I guess I won't see that one."
Yeah.
Yeah. And, last of all, this is the collection I picked up. It's a manga about a young man who is like he's very disturbed. He has a lot of problems. Like he has mother issues and everything, and he gets cursed to like live through all these romantic encounters, and like it's so interesting. But yeah, like I think it's one of the best things I've read in a long time. Like it's a very interesting book because it's like all these, like he has all these different encounters with these women, and the last one is like he ends up in a future world where everybody's a robot, and like that's the queen of the robots.
Oh
And
wow.
she becomes like everybody's a robot. He's the only human. So the queen of the robots becomes human so she can like experience love with him. And then because she's a human, she gets cast out by her robot brethren. But yeah, like this is an interesting book. I think like I would recommend it definitely.
That's from the cat that did Astro Boy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I was like, I need to get some of his stuff into the shop.
Yeah, it's like Dororo was a good one too. And,
Yeah, I can keep that one in stock, but I can't get Apollo Song anymore. Like from any of our distributors, man. It sucks.
I
It
got my
sucks.
copy then.
Another grievance added to my list is the state of comic book distribution right now. It's pretty shitty.
Man, that's always been pretty bad.
Yeah, for instance, I still haven't gotten our first copy of Dahlia in the Dark, Joe. They're fucking with you, man. Like, come on. We ordered plenty, man. We're ready to fucking sell it. They're pissing me off, man.
That's crazy.
I know. Some guy from Mad Cave called me the other day. I got a new rep now. And he was like, "Is there anything I can do for you?" I was like, "Yeah, I haven't gotten our fucking Dahlia in the Darks. Can you fucking do something about that?" Like,
Yeah.
come on, man. Shit. Anyway, we've been talking about that book for a while. All right.
Yeah.
Nice piece of strength. The next one up would be Hammer Time, but he's gone right now.
I'm
There
back.
he
I'm
is.
back.
Hammer Time Whole Shoe.
So let's see here. First off, this isn't new, but I wanted to show it because Robbie was talking about it. That's the. Is that real or is that that's a real one, right? I don't know.
Yeah, that's real. Man.
Oh yeah, that's
Two
right.
Mighty Ducks
They never
collectors.
reproduce those figures, brother.
Oh, okay. That was when you guys got me. It's still in the box, but I thought it was cool. Yeah, you went crazy and did like all
Hockey mask.
hockey mask, like yeah. So that, and then Jason, and then you got me big Casey Jones fan, so Casey Jones, and then other things I got recently. These were for Robbie actually for Christmas. So he got me this World's Finest with the one with McCartney on the cover, and this awesome freaking Tron figure of Flynn. So I don't actually have a lot of Tron stuff, even though Tron's my favorite sci-fi film. I got a lot of shit for that.
Yeah.
Tron's my favorite sci-fi film. People were watching Star Wars. I was on Tron, man. I was into Tron, but I do like Star Wars. Not like I don't like you. I don't. Do you have to pick? I like both of those things. And then the recent pickups, I picked up Burning Rangers for the Saturn, and this is reasonably priced. The American version goes for like $700, but you can get the Japanese version for under $75. So learn Japanese and save yourself a lot of money. So it's a double disc. Actually, the second disc is just a music CD. It's like one of those tiny CDs.
I remember when they used to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the Burning Rage. So I've just been importing games. You can get better deals, and at least for the Saturn.
Is it a mini disc that's in there?
The music is the bonus music disc is.
Do you have a mini disc player?
It'll fit where regular CDs fit.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
The mini disc was like they were in a disc.
No. This isn't a mini disc. It's just a really tiny CD. I should point that out. That
Well,
the music
CD's
itself
nuts.
is on a giant. Look at the little tiny compact disc on the music.
Oh yeah,
disc.
look
Like
at
a
it's like a
GameCube
45.
game.
I don't know.
man.
And the game itself is on a regular CD. Well, I shouldn't say regular CD. It's a special Saturn. It's got the encoding or whatever. Anyway, I was just happy to get that because it was on one of my big gets. You know what I'm saying? One of my
That's
bucket
awesome.
list games for the Saturn. Saturn had some great. People want to talk shit about the Saturn, but realistically, it had a lot of great games in Japan. It did really well over there, and there's some amazing games for it in Japan. The U.S. not so much. And then I recently picked up some blues. So I picked up. I don't even want to pronounce Melancholy of Haruhi. Whatever you say your fucking name. Great
You're
fucking
taking
show.
Japanese, bro.
Great show. The show was fantastic and bizarre. The show was fucking weird. But I never saw the movie, which is a sequel follow-up thing. And so I picked up the film, and that's actually sealed. I haven't actually watched it yet, so I'm about to watch the movie. So I'm excited to watch the movie. But the show was pretty awesome. It's really bizarre, but it's a great show. So that's my only recent pickups. And yeah,
Nice.
or strings of feet or whatever you want to call them.
I'm glad you liked your Christmas gifts, man. And
Oh, I
believe it or not,
appreciate
that,
it, man.
that Paul
Thank you.
McCartney Action Comics cover has become quite the hot item, or the world's finest. It's
World's fun. I mean, it's a really cool cover, and I like Sir Paul, man. I'm always McCartney stuff.
Hell yeah! All right, Mike, you're up next,
It's a
man.
bold take.
It's
All right,
a
so-
bold take. Is that what you said?
I'm kidding because who doesn't like Paul McCartney?
It is a bold take. It is.
All right, so I'm gonna start with one of the first things I picked up this year. It is the. I'm remembering y'all showed this off first time. It's the John Carpenter photo book. It's pretty dope. It's got all the stills and behind the scenes from Carpenter's film, which really went great with when Robbie was doing his Carpenter series on Rockin' Robbie Live. It was great to see to follow along with this. So there's
Yeah, he had like the same photographer like doing production stills from like the beginning of his career through like Christine or something like that, right? Or Big Trouble.
yeah. This one went all the way to Christine. I was trying to find. Was it?
There's that awesome photo in there of James Cameron tweaking their model set for Escape from New York, which I love. I love that photo.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to find.
What Post-it notes are for, man, in preparation, Mike.
Well, I thought I could. I remember where it was. There it is. There's James Cameron. So, and then there is painting. So, always nice
And
to
James
see.
Cameron actually doing some of the matte paintings on Escape from New York, y'all. I think check that out.
That's cool.
So that was one of my pickups for the year. My favorite toys for the year I did on Go Figure. So if you want to go see what those are, that's all that's on there. And the other one that I'm showing is just a Pentor, still dope as hell.
He is dope.
It's a great figure. Go Figure did a good review on it. So, but it's got the same Cobra Commander cape, but from the Superior, which is still cool. Just a great figure all the way around. And then, hold on, I'm gonna turn this off real quick. I gotta reach. So I have been following in Manny's footsteps. Sorry. Friend of the show, Sam Mitchell, did a bunch of art this year, and I'm trying to grab it all, show it off. But there's his shipwreck that he did for me,
Cool.
Nice.
and then his Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan.
His Connery.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
The James Bond, motherfucker.
Yeah.
There's the other Beetle that people might know.
Nice.
Harrison.
That's my favorite Beatle is George Harrison. Is that controversial, Joe?
I don't think so. I mean, I agree personally. So.
Ringo's the controversial choice, isn't he?
He's
Keith.
just a
Oh, yeah.
phenomenal guitar player. Just a phenomenal guitar player.
Who, Ringo Starr, John?
No, god damn it.
Yeah, that is it. Also, okay, and then I showed this off last night, and I'll show it off again. It's kind of a pickup, but it's my second Falcon, but I'm customizing it. So it's got
I like
the flames.
that. It's a War Eagle and Millennium Falcon.
It is.
Millennium War Eagle is what that is.
Still gotta finish the bottom. I've got to finish the exhaust, so some of the red's got to be taped. I got to finish painting it with the orange and the
your
yellow.
intention is to make it look like it's like breaking into an atmosphere, right? And there's like flames coming up on the nose or some shit, right?
No, it was just a hot rod.
Just like a hot rod thing.
Okay, I got
a hot
you.
rod
Cool.
car. So it was just one of those, like, that's what it, like the flames on like a 57 Chevy, but it's like the Falcon. So because
Okay.
everybody thought I was going to do it like right here. And I was like, no, I just want it right here. I've got one that it's going to be a lot better, but this is just I had to get the idea out of my head just to see what it would look like. And then behind me, this is my favorite pickup for the year. I didn't think it's a photo of Tom York by Michelle Sears. She's one of my favorite photographers.
Nice.
And she was doing a sale. Like, she doesn't sell her stuff that often. And she was doing a sale. And I really wanted the Tom York print that she did. And I was trying to get it to stand up now because it's not going to stand. But I really like her work, and she's also a good friend. So I was really excited to have that in the collection now.
That's really cool. I realized I left one of mine in the living room, so I'm going to have to dip out for just a second. So before we do our feats of strength, I wanted to remind everybody in the chat, we cannot end the Festivus stream until somebody has been pinned, right? That means we need a definitive winner for the feats of strength. Start thinking in your heads right now who had the most great feats of strength, and y'all just talk amongst yourselves for a moment, please.
I forgot to show off my Brooks Pez dispenser.
Right.
So,
How did you get that?
I don't know if that'll shift the votes at all. But,
Yeah,
know,
you win by default. Just for
Yeah, that's
that.
right. Just had to pull that out at the end, huh?
I did. It
How
was
are they
my
stored in that
clutch-
warehouse?
clutch card.
I was gonna wait until later when they blew up. I was gonna sell them for jacked up prices.
As a scalper should. I have my Usagi Yojimbo. He's just sitting here chilling.
Oh,
And I got him from a good buddy of mine yesterday. And I never thought I would see this. I never saw this in the stores, but it was like a Target exclusive or something. Was like,
I never watched the. I mean, I knew
But
when I was a
he's-
kid from
What series
Turtles
is that
and
from?
stuff, but yeah,
the TV show. The
I haven't
first
seen the
one,
new show.
the 88
Okay,
TV show.
is the new show good? I haven't seen the new show.
I don't know
Is
the new
isn't
the
it
show.
one
geared
on
towards
the one on
younger?
Netflix.
Yeah, isn't it geared towards like a younger?
Yeah, that's a young
Yeah.
crowd.
Introducing the Usagi.
Okay,
Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is pretty good. I like
Yeah,
it.
that's
I had
the
a
new
hard
one.
time getting into it. I like the movie that wrapped it up or whatever, but the show itself, all the personalities were so damn similar right away at the beginning. It took me a while to get in there, but definitely a good show.
Yeah, I like the Ninja Turtle show that was like, what was that, 2012 or something, 2013?
The first
Nickelodeon?
Yeah,
Nickelodeon.
the Nickelodeon one.
Yeah, the Nickelodeon one was boss, man. I'm glad like Drew found all 4 seasons. I was like, I'm gonna watch all of these. It was good.
I like
Yeah,
the
that's good.
2003 or whatever one. It's pretty dope too. Yeah.
I know the one you're talking about. They did a lot of cool like animation and shit. All right, time for my show and tell. My feats of strength. All right, first of all, honorable mention. Manny had mentioned Tim Odlin. Tim Odlin sent me this awesome brand new trade paperback of Beware the Eye of Odin. And he sent me a nice letter that goes along with it that I keep in the book because it means a lot to me. Having Tim on the channel, he was a fan of the show before this book was ever even announced. And he did a little remark for me.
Nice.
That's cool. And the coolest thing is, yep, there's a quote from yours truly on there, Pop Culture Philosophers. So,
Oh, wow.
yep, that's
That's
right. It's our
awesome.
second full quote on an actual trade paperback. First was By the Horns last year.
That's
Now we
awesome.
got Beware the Eye of Odin. So, Joe, I'm just waiting.
There.
I'm just waiting, Joe. Okay, I'll send
Get
you the best
published.
quote I can. Anyway, moving on. Here's my actual top 5. Number 5. Wait, 1. Yeah, 5. Okay. I got a homie in this industry. I got many homies in this industry, but Dennis Camp was the first comic book creator to like shout me out, right? And apparently I was the first YouTuber to talk about his work. And so I'm a big fan of Dennis Camp's work. He's my writer of the year. And to just basically say thank you, I guess, for support. He sent me this original sketch from 20th Century Men from Stepan Morian.
That's
So like I don't have original art really, you know? Like that's Brian's game. Brian's got original artwork, and if Brian was here, he would have won show and tell because he just came here like a few weeks ago and was showing me his like original artwork from John Cassaday, Planetary, Phil.
Wow.
And shit. But
What?
yeah, having a piece of original art right here, that's really cool. So I appreciate
That's
Dennis
awesome.
for that. And then what else we got? We got that's 1. Wait, 1. Okay. Next up, I haven't really shown this off, and it's hard to piece together, but in this box right here is the Fright Zone from the Horde. So this is
Nice.
a Masters of the Universe Fright Zone set. It is complete. It's not perfect, but it's complete outside of that damn snake puppet, which is, it deteriorates. You can't find that shit, right? But it's in there. There's this, y'all know me. You know I love the Mo2, so I have all the play sets now for the actual Mo2 line. I
That's
still
great.
will want to get the,
Dope.
what is it, the Crystal Castle or whatever from She-Ra. I still want that. But I got a Fright Zone. Next up, I finally got a Nintendo 64. And so and here's the thing is I got this green, jungle green edition that John remembers. I went in like what, 1999 or 2000. We went to Walmart at like 2 a.m. so I could buy this. It came with Donkey Kong 64, but it came into the shop this year. And so I was able to get it. And the first game and the only game I've had so far for it was Super Mario 64. I bought that intentionally because I love that game. But yeah, I got me a working 64. So that's dope. Next up, the sewer play set from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
This is 100% complete. Even comes with the joke book, y'all. I got every single piece in here. It's in pristine condition. Brooks and Jelani and everybody else has seen it. It's glorious. I got my Turtles figures on there. I have so much fun with it. That's like that's my favorite pickup of the year, right? I got that at the expo. I had so many ways I could go about this tonight because initially I was just going to like try to share like my con experiences and stuff like that. But I was like, I want to do stuff that really meant something to me. Getting the Fright Zone meant a lot to me. Getting that book from Tim really meant a lot for me. Having my pull quote, right? And then the N64, the sewer play set. But the one thing, my number one get this year, y'all, is this award for the best comic review on YouTube. And it was given to Pop Culture Philosopher. But I'm assuming that still means me.
That's still
But-
you.
Nah. So this is the second year of the CBC Awards, Comic Book Community Awards. And in the first year, I was nominated for 3 different categories. I lost all of them. But it's okay because I lost to my friends and homies, right? But this year was the first year that they had Best Comic Book Review. And out of anything that I could have won, this is the one that means the most to me because this is what I've focused a lot of my efforts on. And I just really want to say thank you to the community. I really appreciate you guys. And dude, Brian, look at this shit. Brian LCS put this together. This shit glows. It changes colors. This is awesome. This is super cool. And it's not like obnoxiously large. So like, hopefully one day I can have multitudes of these like our homies Jim Mint, Bueller, Reggie collects. Reggie's got like
Reggie wins all of them. He's got like 20 of them.
Like 20s or something.
Is his shit spelled correctly?
Yeah. You know what? It is what it is. But
It is gone.
What happened? I don't even know what happened. There he is.
I totally hit the wrong button because I still do like what?
God,
fucking
even after
7
all
years
these
later.
years?
Remove yourself.
Yeah. But yeah, there's the award. It's really
That's a nice
appreciate
ass. That's a nice award though. Like the actual like, it's very professional.
It is really cool. So before we can end tonight, y'all, you got to vote. Who had the greater feats of strength? And you're not going to hurt anybody's feelings. We just have to have a victor. I don't even remember who won last year. It wasn't me. I remember that, but
Was it
I don't
Vernon?
remember. But right now, somebody y'all in the chat, you need to go ahead and just tell us who you thought won. And as we do that, Joe, final thoughts? What you got coming up? I know you got some books in the work. Diamond ain't sent them to me, but I know you got
It's
something.
true. There's more issues of Dahlia. Hopefully you get those on time. It's going to be 6 issues total. What was it? There's still 3 more issues of Cherish to go. And I edited that with Katana Collins writing.
Can I just say real quick that one of my favorite conversations we've had all year long was with you and Katana. That was such a fun show, man. Such a fun show.
No, that was really great. What was it? You can still, if you have Amazon Prime, read The Never-Ending Party for free as part of that through Amazon Kindle. All the issues are done 1 through 5, and that trade will be out this summer coming up. I had a short and happy Horror Days, which came out last week. You can still grab that.
Dude, by the way,
today.
that shit was awesome.
Awesome. I'm glad you like that.
I keep talking about people trying to do these horror anthologies, and they need to do a setup, and that they got to have that punchy ending. You delivered on that shit, man. On my weekly review, I was like, all of these stories were good.
Yeah.
But Joe, you fucking nailed it with that shit. With like, because everybody hates Reggie.
Yeah.
You want to see something bad happen to him.
Thank you. But yeah, so I got all that stuff going on. I'm hoping to be at Emerald City and C2E2 in the coming months. So yeah.
Nice. We still got to wind up being at the same con, Joe. It's got to happen.
Yes.
It's got to happen.
Yes,
We just keep. I'm thinking about New York.
Okay.
We're thinking about New York. Yeah.
Yeah, you should do that. I went out for dinner and drinks with Omar from Near Mint Condition in New York.
Nice. He's got a year-end thing that's about to come out that allegedly I'm going to be a part of. I sent him my clip, and hopefully, I guess he uses it. I got to meet him in Charlotte for Heroes Con. He's cool dude. Super cool dude, man. Very cool. Hell yeah. All right, everybody vote. Who had the best feats of strength? And Twitch is letting us remember that Verno won last year, who we didn't even invite.
Verno won last year. He kept showing all this costume shit off. He was just like, look at this.
He's looking like
Baby Yoda.
He like carpet bombed this, dude.
That's right. That's what he was doing. That's why Verno's not fucking back. It has nothing to do with him having a new kid or nothing. But actually, I never even invited Verno. I feel bad. He was here earlier in the chat. Damn, I should have invited Verno. Sorry, bro. Anyway, Manny, what final thoughts, brother?
Oh, go check out Go Figure fucking reviews. They're absolutely killing it in the toy space. And
thank you for all of your help.
Well, you guys are fucking hilarious too. I love it. Brooks, when you do fucking voices and shit for those toys, oh my gosh! Not only do I crack up, my kids crack the fuck up. And, they're only listening. So your voice is very, very effective, my friend.
My dream job was always to be a voice actor.
Well, don't go too far.
Get all the
don't go too far.
Being an actor and being in movies, but without people knowing what you look like.
Hey, Brooks, can you do me a favor? Can you do an apocalypse for me from the animated series?
I am Apocalypse.
Dude.
I think my Skeletor is probably my best, though.
Do your Skeletor then.
Give us your Skeletor.
Screw you, He-Man.
Up yours, He-Man. Hey, you Skeletor voice is your like.
Ordak sucks.
Yeah, that's his
That's your
gamer
nerd,
thing,
that's your
voice.
nerd voice. That's your nerd that bother you voice.
Yeah, there's a slight difference. Skeletor's a little more bitchy.
So yeah, check out Go Figure and check out Cryo Prime. That's our toys and collectibles guy for Nerdtastic News. Model builds, custom paint jobs, all that happy stuff. So he's got a couple of really cool Gundam builds up, and then he's got some new reviews on some of that Transformers. It's got that real suggestive name. It's like the Japanese second season or something. Victory like somebody's Victory Saber or their dick stick or something that they fight against. But anyway, it's a really, really cool channel. Check them out too, or him out too.
Nice, absolutely. Okay, so we got to vote for Manny. We got to vote for Brooks, but it's for Brooks's Venom and Null set. But that was Jelani, right?
That was
the
me.
Delaney vote.
Yeah, that was Jelani.
Yeah.
So I guess that's a Jelani vote, and then we got a Brooks vote here. So right now we got a 3-way tie. Somebody break the vote. Jelani, final thoughts? What you got?
Well, yeah. Thank you, Manny, for plugging the show. Brooks and I are. That's all Manny's design, by the way. Great job. Thank you. Everything. You're a fantastic dude. Brooks, thank you. You are the heart of this. I don't know if I told you this enough, but Brooks, you're worth it. We're gonna try to do more videos. Yeah, I know you don't. But thank everyone that's watching our videos. We're doing really well. Apparently, Spider-Man is like blowing up. The Spider-Man video is awesome. So please check out our review for that. We just had a holiday show and tell stream. It did pretty good, I think. I'm still watching it. It's funny as crap. So my internet's not the best, so I'm gonna work on that. But I hate editing things. I really do. I didn't think I'd ever hate editing more than anything. So I'll try to do them. I'm gonna try to make them a little shorter though, because I think we could tell a story in 9 minutes and do some shorts and stuff like that. I think we can even do like other things. I don't know. The future is abound.
You tell me you can tell a story and have a satisfying product and it doesn't take you 3 hours? That's bullshit, man. I don't know.
That it can be done. Who knew?
You'll never work in Hollywood, boy.
But yeah, it's been a trip. It started November and we're just gonna keep going. So yeah, thanks to everybody that's watching. Please watch at Go Figure Reviews. We're at Go Figure Reviews. We're in the PCP Army. I've got Culture Pop, the place to talk nerd, and Facebook. You can find us there. I don't do Twitter. I don't do Instagram. I'm working probably on the Instagram thing. I don't know. It'd be a lot better.
Yeah, screw Twitter, but Instagram, you definitely need photos.
I don't want to lose my job. So I'm trying to like figure out the best way to enter that realm, because if I go into Twitter, I'd lose my job.
Don't go to Twitter, but when you're on Instagram, the best thing to do is just put up pictures of your toys.
Yeah, I was gonna say Instagram makes the most sense because you had photos of it. That makes Instagram makes 100%.
It does.
Yeah.
I just hate Instagram. Something's gonna happen, and like I'll take the picture
Just don't
of a wrong
put your
thing
dong
and
on
be
there,
like,
Delaney.
"You love Trump," and then I lose my job.
Instagram's like the least toxic fucking social media platform.
Post and ghost. Post and ghost. That's all you got to do.
Exactly.
Post and ghost.
All right, everybody check out Go Figure Reviews for sure. The other half of Go Figure Reviews is Brooks. Brooks, final thoughts?
Brooks.
What is this Instagram?
You ain't
I
lying.
think it's a cereal.
Is it some kind of thing?
Yeah, it's like an instant cereal of graham
Apparently
crackers.
a thing.
It's a photo-based social media platform, Brooks.
Where people show their photos.
I should have
It's
guessed.
kind of like Facebook.
Pop Culture
Vertical
Blog
video.
About the reels.
is on
Yep.
Instagram. So there you go.
Vertical videos, 60
Wow.
seconds or a minute and 30 seconds. You can do up to if you have enough followers. But
Yeah, Manny does like a little like pre-show sometimes before he comes live with us, and
Mhm.
it's a fun
Do
little
Do you
spot.
do
And, like,
videos or just pictures?
you do
We're
videos
talking
and
about him
pictures.
getting drunk.
I do
videos.
videos.
Post
Yeah.
games.
You do like Instagram Live and stuff like that. Yeah.
Can you do a
it's fun.
TikTok? You do TikTok
Yeah,
on the Instagram?
None of
It'll
us,
go
I think,
figure
are on
You
TikTok
can't.
yet.
You
Yeah.
can't.
I will never get on TikTok.
Harry is dominating TikTok, by the way. He
Yeah.
like
Enforcement.
Harry messaged me the other day, by the way, John. He goes, "Hey man, you guys still do like blogs on your site?" And I was like, "Yeah, we will." Like if somebody
Oh,
would
we
write
can
one.
put something if
And he
somebody
goes,
wants to put
he
something
goes, I
up.
want to write some game reviews. He goes, and he started sending me credentials. He goes, I got a TikTok video that hit 15 million views. I hit this. I was like, Perry, you're my homie. Like, yeah, just so you don't have to send me
Let
your
me see his credentials first.
He was sending me a pitch packet, basically. He was like, pitching.
Wow.
It's like, you're approved, bro. What are you doing? This is ridiculous. Anyway, Brooks, final thought?
Nerd bastards
Oh,
asked me for credentials, and I've been writing for them for years. Like they're like, hey, can you do some reviews of the Sabrina like books were coming out again? I was like, yeah, I used to write your fucking Sabrina reviews back when Chilling Adventures came out. I was like,
That's funny. Brooks, you got anything else to add?
But yeah, I'm like mentioned, I do the go figure reviews. I do the funny voices. I don't do anything else though. Delaney does all like the editing work. He does all the real work. I just like play with toys.
You're the talent.
I just play
You're
with
the
toys
talent.
and do goofy voices. But I do
Yes.
it really good. So like you should watch the reviews.
Yes, you should. You should also watch Brooks and Delaney and everybody else on this panel for PCP movie night coming up soon. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a great 2023 season. Hammer Time Whole Shoe, thank you so much for being here, man. Final thoughts?
I just want to say, man, I don't really know if that is a misprint on that award because you do 95% of the shit on the show and you do such a good job and you dedicate so much time. You do a good job, man. I appreciate you, homie.
You really do.
Seriously, you kill it. And I remember when we started off, it's like, let's do a podcast. And you're like, I'm going to do some YouTube stuff. I'm like, oh, fuck YouTube. I don't want to be on YouTube. I don't like my face. I don't like being on. I don't want to be on TV. and you're like, John, it's not TV, you jackass. It's the internet. But we start doing more and more content, and you really started hunkering down and doing more, and it's doing okay. I think you're gonna get a few followers. So
well, thank you. I just wish we could keep the podcast going. I need an editor. I need a podcast editor. Anybody, if anybody likes to edit together podcasts, let me know, and we will do the podcast.
Yeah, we definitely need to get back on the show, and I have some more ideas for some episodes. We need to get back to that, but I'm just happy to be here. And fucking Drew was giving me shit for not saying the name of the Blu-ray or whatever. I wrote it out in Hiragana. It's much easier. It's Haruhi Suzumiya, which is much easier than saying it in English. It doesn't make any. It's backwards because they do it Suzumi anyway. But anyway, Drew was giving me shit for that, but
nice. Mike, final thoughts.
I did my bit. Shameless plug for Go Figure Review. Go check them out. Good fun reviews.
That's just me fucking with Twitch because I think he's listening. I think he's listening in headphones because it keeps like giving him a fucking heart attack apparently when I play it. And you were giving me so much shit about the Jags beating the Cowboys, so you deserve it, Twitch. So there you go. I'm sorry, Mike. Go ahead.
Nothing. Just go check out the Delaney and Books' reviews. Go read Joe's books, and go check out your people that are here. Continue to look at the reviews that Manny and Robbie do. So,
hell yeah, appreciate that. And for my final thoughts, I will announce the winner of Show and Tell, the Feats of Strength. To this year, it's Brooks. Brooks, you won. I don't know how you accomplished
powerful.
Yeah,
He's so tiny and weak. Oh yeah.
He has pinned us all. He has pinned us all down. All right.
All right then.
Coming up here at PCP, there's nothing else really, but we will be on Thursday night. We're doing our last live stream of the year, and we're doing the best comics of the year, the live stream. So we haven't done the best comics of the month for the last couple months. I get it. It sucks. But we're doing a best of the year. Now, my best of the year video will release, I think, on Monday morning, depending. I was going to film it today, but I woke up very hungover. I had a long night. But It was a fun night. So anyway, what I will say is that on Thursday, I'm not going to be talking. I mean, I'm going to be talking, but I'm not going to be revealing mine. But we're going to have Manny there. We're going to have Nick from Comic Culture. We got Greg from Bearded Comic Bro. And we got Joe Corallo that's going to be joining us. And also Brian, the Brianiac, is going to be joining us. And he's the reason why we're actually doing it. Because I actually was like, you know what? Fuck it. And then I saw him yesterday and he was like, hey, man, we still doing this? Because I've been like compiling my list. And I realized that Brian's been putting time in to doing this end of the year stream. And I was like, yeah, let me reach out to some people. And I sent Manny and Nick a message. And as soon as y'all said y'all were cool with it, I was like, okay, we're doing it. So Thursday night, best of the year live stream. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. A lot of our panelists talking about their favorite comics of the year. So that's going to be super fun. And then on Dylan's Horror Show, we're going to be live next week on Friday. We're going to be talking about Terror Train. So Dylan's Horror Show, the last show of the year on a special night, Friday night, not Saturday, because Saturday is Christmas or New Year's Eve. So the day before, which is the 30th, we're going to be talking about Terror Train, one of my favorite New Year's Eve horror films. But PCP Movie Night returns January 9th for a special Teen Dog Shades edition. We're going to be talking about They Live.
Yeah.
John Carpenter's They Live. And the winner, of course, tonight was Brooks. So, Brooks, congratulations. And you get the absolute final thought. So, close us out, Brooks. Merry Festivus, everybody. Happy holidays. Stay tuned. Stay woke. Eyes above. Brooks, take us home.
You guys are not a huge disappointment this year.